Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Path of Legends. This is our new podcast for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, where we play through select adventure paths published by Paizo, starting with the one of the newly released adventure paths called Triumph of the Tusk, an orc-centric campaign. Um, Today, I have with me 5 of our 6 crew members. Unfortunately, Z was not able to make it, but we will welcome him back next time. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead with the adventure. Um, and I think everyone here pretty much knows everybody, but just for funsies, let's go around and introduce ourselves. I'll go first. I am Sarah. I'm your game master. I'm well, in addition to being a game master and streaming on occasion, I'm a published author. I make indie games, and occasionally I do art. And I complain about capitalism online. So that's me in a nutshell, pretty much. Anyone else who wants to go next? Abby, tell me about yourself.
Okay, I'm
Welcome to
Abby.
school.
Hold on, I lost the stream. Here we are. I'm Abby, and I am married to Sarah,
To me.
and
Nice.
I play a lot of Pathfinder with Sarah.
Yeah, I should mention, I've been GMing Pathfinder since 2017, in both first and second edition, so.
And I've
That's
been
when the
playing
game
since like
came out.
2019, probably. I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah, because we started dating in 2018, so probably 2019. I don't know what else to say. I have purple hair. Hooray!
And pronouns.
Yep.
Everyone has pronouns. Dummy, they came free with your Xbox.
Yeah.
I didn't have pronouns.
You just used what?
Amateur nouns.
My pronouns are she goober.
Okay, she goober.
Okay.
I will let anyone substitute goober in as a pronoun.
Okay, goober.
Yeah.
Oh wow, my phone thought I was talking to it.
Okay, Google.
I'm gonna call Google Goober from now on.
Hello, googer.
It was a googer.
It was a googer.
All right, so Tyler, tell us about yourself next.
Hello, I'm Tyler. I do things.
How do we know
I play
you?
games. I'm very experienced with tabletop cultures and video games. And yeah, I like playing. I'm very excited for this campaign. Orcs are a very big thing in my likeness of fantasy games. So I am very excited for this.
It's either orcs or
Oh, yeah.
clowns.
Like, this is like something ever since Sarah mentioned this, I've been stoked to play this, and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You're like, okay, let's finish that other stupid game. Let's get into this one.
Yeah, that stupid one that Sarah made up. Ugh. Bring on the orcs already.
Orc.
Waiter, more orcs, please.
Orc.
You could just make more orc characters. You don't have to wait for the orc campaign.
Yeah, come on, it's the orc campaign, though. You gotta be an orc.
Says
I think you're the only
one.
orc, right?
The only orc.
I'm a
Was the
half.
only one.
All right, so Will,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about yourself?
Oh, howdy, I'm Will. I'm an internet anarchist, which means nothing. The token straight man. Well, at least for the time being. I'm hoping to fall down the one rabbit hole of Fallout New Vegas instead of the other. Um, um, it's my first game, and that's about it. Not very interesting.
We don't know
He's
you at
the
all.
token newbie here as well, so we'll have to explain to him what an attack roll is.
Yeah, I have no
I was
idea
going
what
to
that
say
is.
I'm new, but damn, I'm not that new.
No, I know that much at least.
Yeah, he played like a single session with us in person once.
And he has
Yeah.
history with CRPGs, a bigger
yeah, I
history
played them
than me. So,
But have you done
Yeah.
it while streaming and talking?
And being
No.
entertaining for an audience.
Yeah, you gotta be
make
entertaining.
funny. Dance, monkey,
I
dance.
I shouted myself at the game because I'm a crazy person. Is that entertaining?
No,
Could be.
Gosh, damn.
that's about as entertaining as a road rage.
My Hood Age is very entertaining.
So you're gonna
Scary.
be the
I mean,
the
with your
angry
voice,
video
probably.
game nerd of the group.
I
Maybe.
can't
Or is that
imagine
reference too
what Will
old for
sounds
you?
like when.
I don't think he knows who
Oh my god, I'm so
your video game nerd
no.
is.
He's so young.
Oh no. He's before my time. Yeah. He's
I mean,
before
he's
my
still
time.
around. He's not dead.
He's not dead.
No, he died.
He's just a
He
dad
died.
now.
Is he a dad?
Yeah, I think so.
God.
Not the character,
That's what
but
happened
the person.
All men, when they get older, they just become dads.
He just goes up to his
Old
kid. This
dad.
kid is donkey doo-doo shit.
Ass. He named his kid Shit
Yes.
Jesus.
Wait, what?
Okay. The angry video game nerd. So back in the old days of YouTube, back when there
my
were
God.
star ratings instead of thumbs up and thumbs down.
Wait, is that actually a saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My
Yeah.
YouTube account was
God.
created in 2006, if that tells you anything.
Mhm.
Oh my god, how old was
Damn.
I? I was
Back
4 years
then,
old.
not a lot of people played video games on YouTube. And the majority of them that did were just posting, like, shitty camcorder footage of them playing, like, Wind Waker or something.
Shit, that reminds me of the Russian guy.
So there was, but there was one man who started a revolution, and he called himself the Angry Video Game Nerd. And he did a YouTube show where he dressed up as this, like, super dorky nerd character who played retro video games, but
Dressed up.
specifically really bad retro video games, and he would complain about them the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know when JonTron was good?
Yeah. Before
That's
he started
basically.
saying,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Before he was
everyone
evil.
copied
Oh.
him.
Yeah.
And now we have people like Mark
Peanut
of
Butter
the
Gamer.
Flyer and Peanut Butter's the Gamer.
Who the fuck
And
is
Brutal
that?
Moose.
I know.
Brutal Moose
I don't know if
hasn't
Hey.
done a
two of those
video
things
game
were.
video in like 10 years.
Yeah,
That's how
he
I
does food tasting videos, I'll have you
That's-
know.
That's how I found him. I used to watch him originally when he was part of Normal Boots.
Yeah, I did too. Now he just does
Yeah.
videos of him eating potato chips.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
fun,
know
and I love it.
what direction
I
his
love
life
it.
went into.
I love his potato chip videos, and you will shut your mouth. He's a beautiful soul who made a whole scaling system on how to scale and rate potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How much
Oh, I do
Anyway.
love
like
that.
later potato chip?
This is very important information to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe we have some plant and fungus life in the chat here. So,
Hi,
Perky, why don't you
I'm
tell us
Perky.
about yourself?
Who are you?
I'm a cactus, as you can see. I am not a human. I'm a gnome now for this game. Ooh, a gnome cactus would be adorable. Anyways, I
A
stream
gnome.
sometimes. I'm mainly just a mess. And I'm kind of a noob. I've only ever played. Stitch has been the only one to experience me playing, so he's taught me most of what I know. So beware, because he's a menace.
Beware.
I think that's it.
And I'm
gonna
Dust.
be confused.
If you watch the other campaign, then you know me. But if not, I'm a mushroom on the internet. I make music and art, and I stream whenever I'm not moving. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
You guys
I've
don't
known
watch
Sarah
the
for a
other
long time.
campaign. You should have.
Yeah.
And I've known Sarah for longer than anyone here, I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
Okay. You may have known her
Let me
longer.
see.
You
Actually,
may have known her
I-
longer.
I
but I've
haven't
known
told
her-
you all this, but after the wedding, Will and I went to the hyperbolic time chamber and trained for 12 years.
Wait, what? We did?
So that we could beat
I forgot
Frieza
about
or
I
something.
remember this. Oh goddamn! I have a shitty
Good thing I
memory.
went
didn't
in
realize we had all-
together and didn't one at a time. Because don't go in one at a time. You lose your mind.
No, anyway. Yes, Dust does have the honor of knowing me the longest, for better or
Okay,
worse.
but I know
Yes,
you.
yes.
I know you the best.
I know you're the whitest.
That is true,
The
actually.
whitest kids you know.
That's Tyler.
Don't go back and watch that.
Might be me. I might win
that.
I don't know. Tyler's pretty white, and it's funny
I'm from
because he
Canada.
actually. Oh, that's true.
Canada.
I know the sun.
You get extra
I'm-
white points for being from Canada.
Yeah, Tyler is blonde though, so that makes him extra white.
Ooh, that
I'm
is extra
ginger.
white points.
I am ginger. Does
Wait,
red
Ty-
hair make you white?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna have a
dark
battle
kid.
of the white people.
It's not a competition.
Kyle, would you?
The
I'm just saying, I would
Gringos.
probably win.
What?
Why
I
do
think
you
I would
win?
probably win.
It's not a
A white
competition. but
competition?
Will thinks
Yeah.
he would win.
I do think I would win. I would
I-
outfight all of you.
Can
See,
Can I not compete?
No. Get out
mean,
of
I'm
here,
very
you
white.
you
They're close.
potato eater.
They're close.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't have a single percentage of anything other than white, but like at the same time, my skin is not white. It's colorful.
You
Because
guys
of
are like
Because you
Southern
got it
American
purple.
people, so you live in the sun.
Eh.
I am pure white. Like I am. If I walk outside, I will burn immediately.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, we're-
ask my
we're
primary
both night
care
shifts.
physician. I have a vitamin
Yeah.
D deficiency.
But you know who's not white? Are the orcs.
Orcs.
Yep.
They're green.
They're green,
Wonderful
as
bring back.
you will shortly see.
Wonderful.
So before this gets
Oh,
before someone says
derailed.
something they regret, why don't we go ahead and dive into the adventure here?
I can change my skin color. That just reminded me. My gnome can change their skin color every morning. So that was a good conversation to have.
You can be green too.
Just like
Welcome.
Ariana Grande.
Wait, why can't they? How can gnomes change
I
their
was
skin color?
drinking.
Hey.
I was drinking. I almost spit up.
Okay. Focus. So let's go ahead and dive into the adventure. We begin in the Holds of Belkson, a region in the world of Galarian, where orcs have lived for thousands of years after coming up to the surface alongside, I say alongside, not peacefully, alongside the dwarves.
Yeah, fuck those dudes.
Yeah, they got some history, but they have long
Got sky
since
much?
called the land of Belkson their home, and that is where we find ourselves now. It is a region of mountains and plains and badlands, and it's north-ish on the world, like to the north of Belkson is the realm of the Mammoth Lords, which is where all the barbarians come from, and the Sarkoris Scar, where Wrath of the Righteous takes place, and all the demons are there. And then to the east, a ways to the east, is Ustalav, and the River Kingdoms and all that area where Kingmaker takes place. So yeah, and also this is where the Giant Slayer adventure path starts for anyone who's either played that or listens to the Glass Cannon, which is probably nobody but me. However, we come to Belkson in the late spring, getting on towards early summer, in a time where the ice from the north is beginning to melt, and filling up the rivers running through Belkson. And very shortly, the rivers will burst their banks and flood the valleys in a event that they call the deluge. The orcs here call it that, and normally the orcs of Belkson are a bit, shall we say, competitive with one another for resources. They are no strangers to fighting between the different orc holds. However, during the flooding times, they have what's known as the flood truce, where they basically agree to stop killing each other for a little while so that they can take advantage of the bounty of nature and the migration of the aurochs, which are a kind of basically large cattle that come to the area during the floods. And they hunt them and they eat them and they, wear their skins and all that good stuff. Fun fact: aurochs were actually real animals. They are just extinct. So they're like prehistoric cows that are like the size of a truck.
I know what you're talking about.
Particularly, there has been, during this flood truce of this current year, there has been word spread far and wide about a single orc hold in particular, the Empty Hand hold, led by Ardax the Whitehair, who claims to want to unite all the orc holds and sort of reform Belkson as a unified nation. And to sort of gather allies and further this mission, Ardax has called together sort of a convention called the Torrentmoot. And orcs from all over Belkson, as well as interested external parties, and some people just walking by, have come to this encampment, and where there's almost sort of a party going on in anticipation of the coming floods. You all have are heroes who have come from one place or another and have some sort of interest in the convention at Torrentmoot. Perhaps you have economic interests. You want to secure trade routes with Ardax. Perhaps you're an orc from one of the native orc holds who has some sort of interest, positive or negative, in the unification efforts. Perhaps you're just curious to see what's going on, what the hubbub's about.
What's a hubbub, bub?
Hubbub. As we zoom in towards Torrentmoot, we see a dry, rocky expanse spreading out in all directions. The only visible plants are scrubby bushes that cling to the edge of a flat, dusty roadway, which gently curves to the north. The east of the road, the land rises to a low plateau that's bare except for a sprawling encampment. Beyond that, white-capped mountains are visible in the distance. Within the encampment, 24 tents stand in an oblong circle around a large central bonfire. The tent walls are mostly formed from hides on wooden frames, and colorful banners flutter from their peaks. Split logs form rough benches throughout the common space, and at least 40 orcs and dromars, also known as half-orcs, are engaged in conversation or friendly contests of skill and strength. You see people arm wrestling over a barrel. You see people, throwing spears and competing in archery. All that kind of friendly competition, at least on the surface. You all arrive throughout the day to this camp by one method or another. And if you have your own tents, you are welcome to the camp, and you're allowed to set up your tents, and there's a specific space for you to set up your own tents. Or if you didn't bring your own, there is a communal tent that you can share with a bunch of other people who are hanging out here. I think at this time, let's go ahead and introduce some characters. So first we see a character walk into the camp. Abby, what does this person look like?
Oh, we're going with me first. Okay.
Yeah.
I walk in and I am a lizard. Specifically, I am a little. You just see a little lizard walk in, and she's extremely colorful. Various hues of purple, blue, red, just a rainbow of colors all over her body. And she's just like walking in with her fat little tail. And she's just kind of like vibing. I I don't know how much description to go into a lizard. I mean, that's
So a
Lizard.
lizard
got
folk.
lots. Yeah, she's a lizard and
She's a
very
rainbow
colorful.
colored lizard folk.
Yeah, and she's got a fat tail because she's a gecko.
And is she wearing anything in particular? Does she have any particular accoutrement about her person?
Um,
That's a big
It's
word.
she's just
It means
got on
stuff.
some. Oh, it's just. She's wearing clothes.
Okay. Fair enough. You enter the camp.
Sorry, I made my
Have you brought
character.
your own tent to pitch?
Yes. Was I supposed to put on my equipment
It's
sheet?
fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe I just want to sleep in the dirt.
you
I'm a
can if
lizard.
you like.
No, I got a tent, but there's no bottom. It's just the top part. I just want to sleep in
Okay,
the dirt.
that's fine. You are directed to
Oh no, I got a rock.
okay, a rock you can curl up on and sun yourself on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're directed to part of the camp where there's spaces set up for tents to be pitched, and as you are kneeling down to set up your tent, you see another individual standing nearby you. They appear to be an orc. Tyler, what does this person look like?
It's a very robust fellow, very large. His hue of his skin is a darker green. It's a kind of shaggyish hair, really not very kept, and a beard. It's not very kept at all. And he's clearly from a hotter region than most orcs around here. He's dressed in furs and he's kind of just almost not looking at everything or everyone, but mostly just through everyone. Like just looking at the plant life, the ground. He has like little bits of sprouts growing around his feet.
Huh?
And as he steps forward, every step he takes almost has like a tiny little like moisture in his footprints as he walks along the camp.
He's got soggy feet.
Yeah.
You should get that looked at.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a normal orc thing or not, but damn.
You can get some athlete's foot.
But his face isn't as aggressive as most orcs. He is a very calm and almost happy and just a calming demeanor to him, even though he is an orc.
And you know what? We do have images for each of these individuals.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
I can't.
Why don't we show off our character art that we have. I say art like we painted it.
I
We
painted
designed them in Hero Forge. So this is Abby's character, her lizard folk.
this. Should we say our names or?
Up to you.
Not the lizard.
Yeah, very colorful. And she's got a tattoo on her arm.
Stiaya Okamoto.
It's something, all right. And then this is Tyler's character. You said he had a calm face, but you have this kind of scouring
Grumpus.
expression on his face.
It's calm for an orc.
Okay, sure.
Calm for an orc.
His teeth are inside his mouth.
Yeah.
All right. Do you say anything to the lizard who approaches?
No, probably not. I'm not very focused on everyone. I'm almost communing to myself, to the elements,
Okay.
shall I say.
All right. Well, another person approaches then. We see a figure clad in cloaks, their face hidden beneath a hood and a mask. Dust, would you like to describe this character?
All right, yes. So, a sort of average build humanoid character, wearing purple cloaks and a blue and black cape. He seems shifty. He clearly has dark toned skin, but it seems pallid, almost as if he's no longer alive. He wears a single glove, and he has various jewelry, a bracelet, a ring, a necklace, and he covers most of his face with a hood and a mask, save for his shifty white eyes that seem to make people uncomfortable as they pass over them. He is carrying a book.
And this is what he looks
He-
like.
And he seems cautiously curious of all the people around, as if he is retaining every detail for later. He doesn't say much.
Okay. You have your own tent?
Let's say that I do.
I forgot to mention
I'll
I
buy
did
one.
not.
With perhaps a separate tent from them, but with perhaps a couple other people who appear to be from somewhere in the Mwangi Expanse, just kind of seeming aware of him and nearby, almost as if they respect him but fear him a little bit.
Nice. Do you want to say anything to the two characters who have already been introduced?
No.
Okay, we have a bunch of characters who don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
No, yeah. There's a lot of people around, and there's no reason for us to say anything to each other. It's like,
Yet.
there's nothing that's happened that
You all
caused
just
us.
got here. You haven't.
Yeah. I don't go
into
around
the
talking to
party.
strangers.
Don't worry,
You
I'm
all are
bringing the
just
party.
you're just like that meme of the guy standing in the corner at the party, and they're like, "They don't know I'm a 12th level sorcerer." Okay, so at this point, a colorful individual bounds into the camp. Berkey, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, this is Sayuri. She is a gnome, and she is actually the only gnome in her group. I was been raised by Tanuki, so it's a group of furry Tanukis with a little gnome. We do have a 4-person tent because we are nomadic and family-like, so we brought our own tent. And we basically don't really know what's going on, but we saw a bunch of people gathering and thought this would be a super fun time. So we're here now.
Okay, so how many individuals are in your group?
I have 3 Tanuki with me.
Okay, so
The 4 of us.
You see this parade of colorful individuals dance their way into camp. You see this gnome surrounded by 3 anthropomorphic animals that look somewhere between a dog and a raccoon.
Like standing like a bipedal raccoon dog, like kind of
Yeah.
chunky. They're much
At
bigger
this
than
moment,
me too, because I'm a tiny little gnome.
Yeah.
Dork's a
I'm
little
also-
phased by that.
I'm purple. So I have light purple skin and like dark purple hair, and because I am Tanuki, I've got my dancing towel with me, and I've got my what's it called? Barrel on my back, and I'm ready to party, and we're here to just like hang out.
Sake.
Yeah, I brought my own party. I'm here to. So I think my character would walk up to everybody and very excitedly and very bubbly just say hello. Nothing crazy, just hi. What's going on? How's it going? If anyone wants to talk to me, great. Party's in our tent. You want to party tonight? Come to our tent, you know? But that's about it. She's just really excited talking to everybody, saying hi. Just kind of walking through. You know, they walk through and they're like, oh, hey. Yeah, acting like they know everybody, but they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and your group is the most ostentatious by far. So
yes,
far.
we're very loud and rambunctious.
And as you come into camp, you are greeted. An orc man comes up to you and he says, "Welcome, friends. I see you have traveled far. Are you from Tian Sha, or are you local to the area?"
Pretty far. We've just been wandering. We don't really have a home. We are nomadic, so we've kind of come from the north. And just kind of has been traveling down to just kind of see what's going on.
He says, "Well, on behalf of Ardax, the White-Haired, let me welcome you to Torrentmoot. My name is Balax, and I'm helping sort of guide the newcomers here. If you have your own tents, you can pitch them over there, and if not, you can join the communal tents over there." And he motions to some aurochs hide tents.
So we go and pitch our tent, but we specifically leave the doors like wide open so that people can come hang
Fair
out.
enough. Start playing some music out front. And
Yeah. Start kind of dancing, hanging out.
smoking a
Yeah.
circle.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we're doing. If anyone wants to come by, I'm telling everyone in the group too, constantly. Like me and all the Tanuki are constantly like, everybody, come hang out. You want to hang out? Come hang out.
All
Like
right,
obnoxiously so.
In no time at all, you have gathered a sort of a small crowd of people who are just hanging out, enjoying the party, drinking a little bit, maybe sneaking a little bit of flay leaf, just having a good time.
Dancing with our towels.
Last but not least, another figure arrives at the camp. Will, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah. He's a towering man of 6'8", with a scraggly hair and an even worse beard, worn from the stress of war and journey. His eyes almost accusing everyone of some transgression, but especially, the cloaked man he can't see. His mouth is always downturned. The armor he wears looks worn and undecorative, meant for a long war. And his long fur cloak shows the harsh journey he took from the north of his homeland. And with him is a group of other clerics and paladins of Amode. What? Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And as a matter of fact, you pretty much immediately see a banner at the far end of the camp that bears the holy symbol of Iomade. It seems that there is another group of Iomade worshipping devotees here in the camp, so You notice you're not alone here.
You have family.
Wow, I'm not alone.
So, you all have entered
Oh.
the camp set up. Is there anything you would like to say to each other?
I think I would just go around to everybody just saying, hi, I'm Sayuri, really excitedly and introducing myself.
Seems like we got a colorful bunch this year. Humans, gnomes, lizard folk coming out.
There's a lot of tall people around here.
Indeed.
Wait, how short
what's
are
it?
you?
I'm like 3 feet tall.
Oh god.
They're gnomes.
Yeah, I'm like 3 feet tall and 40 pounds.
A gnome.
How small?
Like a small dog.
Yeah, that's why I like to party so much. That's why I'm so excited. Like, I'm also very young. Sayuri's only like 18, so she's like just excited to like go out in the world. She's just like super pumped about absolutely everything. So
Let's go ahead
God,
and
you're like half my age.
Is this the first Torrentmoot to be this flexible?
I think this is the first one ever.
Oh, okay, okay.
They normally have the truce every year, but this is sort of a special occasion that Ardax has put together.
So humans and gnomes being here is quite...
It's quite an ostentatious
Okay.
happenstance.
I guess since I'm the one that just showed up randomly, I'd be asking everybody. So like, what's going on? What are y'all doing here? What's the party for? Do you guys have a specific reason for each of you to be here, or are you guys just here to do the same, figure out party?
Oh, we were
Well, look,
called here, essentially, from at least my clan, or God, my hold up north.
Oh, nobody can see the map because there's no tokens
Oh.
on it.
I'm from the north too. Look at that.
Wondering.
Darkness.
Yeah, I was wondering. If this is also the first Torrentmoot, I think I would maybe ask Durak. Because I would think that if another orc, I would think that he'd be from here, so I would ask him his opinion on the situation.
Okay.
Makiwa is taking notes in his book, kind of just like hearing all this and other conversations going on in the background.
I am also, because of one of my things, I'm interacting with people for at least 10 minutes, by the way. Not right now. I'm interacting with each of these people for at least 10 minutes.
Okay.
The orc will cross his arms and say, I am not a fan of this. This is against tradition. To call something like this.
Would it not help provide stability to the area, unifying every orc?
There's a lot of orcs with a lot of different opinions out there. Once when you get to know them.
But it stops all war and bloodshed if you can force everybody under one crown.
See, I myself don't know Ardax.
Ardax, yes.
Can't get yeah. I've never met the man. I hear good things about him, but
I was muted again.
No.
we will see what type of man he is and what he offers. He could help the world or cause us to be the monsters the world thinks we are.
Well,
We'll see.
Because in that case, you'll be seeing me again in his lands.
Say again?
I'm gonna go sit by the fire.
well, in my personal opinion, I think he's a great guy. He seems to be it seems to be so nice of him to actually acknowledge and respect not just orcs, but many of the half-orcs in the community. Many other tribes of orcs are not so kind.
A fucking trap's in front of me.
Oh, shoot, that's just a tracking item. Sorry. I was trying to show
The
all
orc
the
who-
all the tokens on here. All these NPCs.
The orc who brought all this together seems like a decent creature. If that's not a rude, I don't know how to refer to non-humans.
Person, perhaps?
I guess still a
guy.
person. Dude, orc
Bro.
seems pretty cool. Are we gonna meet him? Is he here, or have you guys seen him, or?
He should be in the hold, I presume.
He's around, you assume.
I would love to meet and shake the hand of the person who started this
Oh.
beautiful, beautiful party.
Is he actually in this, or I thought we were going to the city?
Nope, he's here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
You just haven't seen him personally. And speaking of which, the tent in the center at the north, the flap opens, and you see emerging from it a heavily muscled, white-haired orc wearing a well-made coat of aurochs leather and bone, jumps onto one of the split log benches by the fire. Here he comes, the Crimson Chin.
Oh god.
Hello.
There he is with his happy face.
His voice cuts
Our
through
white-haired
the sounds of the
benefactor.
camp, and all eyes go to him. Welcome to Torrentmoot, he says. For those of you I've not met personally, I'm Aurochs. I've invited you to Belkson, and I'm pleased to see you. And let me show you what he looks like here real quick.
Sayuri like jumps up immediately and it's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good to meet you. I saw this party and everyone seems to speak so highly of you."
He says, the pleasure is all mine, small one. And he shakes your hand, and he has kind of a agreeable personality to him, you see.
Sayuri likes and nods her head and then just sits back down.
And then he turns to address everyone again, and he says, you've arrived during the flood truce. For those of you who are new to Belkson, this is a time of plenty in which the many holds that make up our glorious nation agree to peace with each other. Soon the floods come, he says, pointing to the north. When they do, the roadway to our west becomes a river. After that, the quickened plants along the shore sprout, followed by the herds of aurochs. Ardak smiles slightly. I'm jealous of those of you who get to see this for the first time. It is truly glorious. Several orcs in the camp nod in agreement. But that's still weeks away. Until then, I ask only that you respect the truce and get to know others in the camp. Some have traveled far, while others have lived here their whole lives. If you are thoughtful and careful, you might just find allies and make friends that can lead to fruitful alliances. Ardax pauses a moment, then raises his voice even louder. For now, enjoy our hospitality! The orc deftly leaps off the log and begins speaking with a nearby group. So, he has welcomed you all to the camp. You all have time to do what you will before the sun goes down.
Mingle?
Mingle and tingle and jingle.
Um,
And dare I say bingle? No, I shan't say it.
Yeah, notice. Right, there's a group of hobgoblins.
Indeed, you do see a retinue of hobgoblins who are kind of very militaristically like laying out their camp, and you see there's like a captain of their group is like barking orders, like speaking in, I think, what languages do they speak?
Goblin, right?
Common and Goblin, I think. They're speaking in Goblin. I don't know if any of you speak that. I don't think you do.
No,
But
damn.
you get the gist of what they're saying. Like, you know, go over there, make sure that bunk is ship shape. Get to it. You know, barking orders, that kind of thing.
Up two.
You see there are, a number of workers around the camp. There's the vast majority of people here are orcs and Dromar, which are half-orcs. You see a few humans. You see the group of hobgoblins. I'm trying to find everyone who's in here.
There's Dromar here?
Yes, there are Dromar.
Where?
Well, for example, you see one gentleman between your tents and the hobgoblins' tents. He's wearing sort of a traveling hat. Looks like a cowboy hat. Can
you show me his picture?
Yes.
Nice looking fella.
This is what he looks like. You see a powerfully built Dromar sitting on a stump in front of a small table. He wears a worn-looking breastplate that seems to have been repaired several times. Books are piled precariously high on the table, and his attention is riveted on whatever he's reading. His eyebrows suddenly rise, and he hurriedly drops a quill into a vial of ink and jots a note in a journal. "Oh, just a moment," he says, catching sight of his visitors. With practiced motions, he places a blotting page in his journal, then closes it before setting his quill aside. He rises and steps over to the group. "So nice to have visitors. I've seen you around, but I haven't had a chance to introduce myself yet. I'm Devor. How can I help you?"
Who is he talking to?
He's talking to you guys if you approach him. I assume you approached him, because you
I don't even know
interested.
who we're
Over
talking
here.
about.
I definitely can approach somebody who's talking.
I'm interested in this.
Oh, that
guy.
was
Sorry,
still
what?
him. I thought it was someone else.
No,
What type? Sorry, what is he? What language does he speak?
he's speaking common.
But does he speak another language I can kind of bro out with him in? What is he?
You don't know yet. He has yet to speak any other languages.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Then
start throwing languages at him.
Right? Just start saying. I just greet myself as Sayuri and ask him if he likes to dance.
Okay. Let's see. He says, I'm not too well versed on proper dances and all, but I don't know, maybe once I've had a little drink in me, I could cut a rug,
I invite him to the tent with the rest of my Tanuki to come hang out at some point tonight if he wants a drink and to dance.
He says, "Oh yeah, for sure, I'll definitely be there."
I think this is going to be a common occurrence.
It's definitely going to be a common occurrence, yes.
I'm like, would you like a musical accompaniment while you dance?
Oof, yes.
I can't guarantee that I'll know the songs. But
Party
I can try.
outside of the Tanuki tent. Heck yeah.
Just like,
Yeah, we all got our
Yeah, you
dancing
can
towels.
hear it,
and
like,
just,
the outside
swinging
of the
around. Yeah.
Bells flying out the tent.
My character approaches the other Dromar that we were talking to and goes, "I'm surprised to see many other Dromar here."
he says, "Oh, I never would have noticed. You don't mind me saying so. Never seen a lizard folk Dromar before."
Yeah. Well, my lizard half is very, well, to put it bluntly, the dominant in my line. But I mean, and she pulls down her bottom lip, and you can see two small little tusks. She's like, "I do have these."
Says, "Oh, well, don't let me get on your bad side."
But considering I was raised on my mother's with lizard folk, I assume it is better that I do look mostly lizard. But, because I don't look very orc, a lot of people don't really want me around when it comes to orc communities.
He says, "Oh, that's interesting. What hold do you hail from?"
She kind of winces and she goes, "I'm unfortunately," and she just kind of shows off her tattoo. And she goes, "Unfortunately, I'm part of the What was it called, Sarah?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Defiling corpse?
Something like that.
Huh?
The Death Head.
It was
Defiled corpse, yes.
Defiled corpse clan. I of course don't physically dwell with them because they don't want me there. But it was against my will of being part of it and branded it.
Okay, so, let's see. I would say go ahead and make a society check.
Oh, fun.
First roll of the game. Let's go.
My
So,
dumb
yeah,
butt forgot where the things were.
In interacting with these NPCs, we'll be using a subsystem called the influence system. So essentially, it's got, like, points that you build up
Oh, there you go.
with certain NPCs.
I think I did good.
Yeah.
How'd you get a negative intelligence?
It's from her ancestry.
Oh.
Also, I'm
Lizard
trained in it.
brain.
Okay, so that is a success. You earn 1 reputation point with Devore here. Let's see, I wonder if there's like a thing I can put on him.
That'd be nice.
Like an effect.
If we don't know it now, you can always try after the game.
Yeah. I'll
Like
just have
out
to
of
write
session.
it down somewhere.
Yeah, we can circle back to it after session.
Okay. And so you all have you two have a academic debate about the history of orc holds and lineages and stuff like that. He seems very interested in what you have to say. Does anyone else want to talk to Devore, or do you want to try talking to someone else?
I would like to scan the area if I could find the, I assume, the hunting tent.
Yeah.
Is there like a tent where like the hunters are?
Actually, that's an excellent question. Up at the northeast, there's a tent with the scouts. These 4 people up here.
All right. Yeah, my people.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see the 4th one.
Yeah, so you approach the scouts, and you see a tall, muscular dromar with a high top knot nods in greeting. This is what she looks like. She has a beautifully made bow strapped to her back and carries gear suggesting she's ready to leave the camp. Interested in learning more about the Flood Truce and what it means to Belkson, she asked, halfway between a question and a challenge. If so, come with me. I'm leading a hunt to bolster our supplies and teach folks a thing or two about what it means to survive here. The aurochs know before we do when the deluge is going to happen. They smell it, I think. If we can find some of the beasts, we'll get some useful supplies and also a better sense of exactly when the floodwaters will arrive. We'll be leaving in the morning. Are you coming?
A challenging hunt.
Yeah, so
Sounds
she
like
is,
my thing.
you all, introduce yourselves. She introduces herself as Heen Bonesnap.
Oh.
Or Hein. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name. It's spelled Hign.
And I shall introduce myself as Durak of the Ice Tusk Hold.
It says, well met, Durak. Welcome to Durak, such a perfect town.
I got disconnected for a second, but I greet this person, like everybody, very excitedly, and say, hello, I am Sayuri. If you'd like to join our party.
He says,
Everyone's welcome.
I may, but I do want to keep my senses sharp for the morning. Don't want to get too inebriated.
You don't have to imbibe, you can just dance.
That's true. That's true. And she says, you all are welcome to come with us. We're leaving first thing at sunrise on our hunt. It may take a few days to find the aurochs, but I think we can bring back some good trophies to the camp.
Or that.
Sound good to y'all?
Well,
Sound good to me.
All right. So you have a hunt to go on in the morning. Anything else you want to do before you turn in for the night?
I want to talk to Ardax
I would-
again.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I just
Makiwa
wanna
is
in-
also interested in talking to Ardex.
I mainly just want to talk to him for 10 whole minutes and invite him over to the party.
Okay.
What were you saying, Will?
No, that was me.
Does Ardax have any guard?
Yeah, I mean, there are
Gold.
some guards just like,
Guards.
littered about the camp. He's not like
Meaning the
under
one-
like a strict guard, but he does have some folks around who look like they could throw down in a fight.
I doubt an orc would want a guard.
I was just looking at the one camp right beside where Durek is.
Yeah, with the
yeah.
hobgoblins.
Like full of like armored orcs. Yeah.
The guards.
to
Yeah,
the left of Dora.
those are Ardax's guards.
I would just want to talk to them and ask them if they're expecting any trouble.
Yeah, so they
Ardex's,
basically tell you that they're not expecting anything in particular, but Ardax has commanded a lot of attention with his political maneuvering, so, and especially with his recent rebuke of the Whispering Tyrant, so they are ready for anything, but not expecting anything specific at this time.
I think that's really all I got.
Okay.
When I talk
But there
to
was
Ardax,
the
if I
Iomade
approach him
cult.
and talk in Orcish, does that impress him?
Yeah, in fact, all of the I think all of the orcs here speak orc. I mean, of
Except
course
me.
they would, but let's see.
And maybe, well,
the whir
The-
whir in the background.
the hobgoblins.
Okay, so let's focus on you guys who were talking to Ardax. You approach Ardax. He's outside of his tent, just finishing up a conversation with some other orcs. He shakes their hands and they walk off to their own business. What would you like to say?
I want to greet him again in this is in Orcish, and just say that I'm really excited to be here, and I'm excited to meet him and be a part of this, and that the Tanuki and I are basically like wandering nomads, and we don't really have like a home per se, but we like are really loving how like they're like trying to take care of their home and like get together and stuff, and we appreciate it, kind of thing.
Okay.
Just kind of ramble on for 10 minutes asking him random questions and just kind of chatting in Orcish and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he seems happy that you are able to speak his native language, and he answers your questions deftly and with surprising intelligence. He's not just a war leader. He seems like a proper intellectual, and you enjoy speaking with him.
All right.
There's a
Well-
elf lady over here.
And I would say
As-
also you can go ahead and make a diplomacy check. Like,
Okay, how do I do that?
okay, so on your sheet there is the skills
Proficiency?
tab, the proficiencies tab, yeah, and then one of them is diplomacy. Click on the little die icon beside it.
Easy, and then just roll. Don't touch any of the modifiers or anything.
Yeah.
Perfect. 16.
All right, for a total of 23. So yeah, you make a palpable impression on him, and he says, "You and your kind are welcome to stay for as long as you'd like." We welcome
Mhm.
all kinds here, all walks of life, all sorts of people.
Heck yeah. And then I just kind
Right.
of stay and like listen to the other conversations he's gonna have. They like hang out in the area.
Okay.
Yeah. Makiwa, as that's wrapping up, he bows to Ardax and introduces himself. He says, "My name is Makiwa, Web of the Mind, from the Anadi delegation. I just want to thank you so much for having our people here. Uh, the people of Majabi are very honored to have been invited and have chosen me to not only represent them with my fellows here, but also to uh, pen a history of this event uh, for future generations."
Says excellent. I that's the very thing that I would hope to come out of it. I hope that future generations can learn from what transpires here. Your people are, of course, very welcome here. It is good to meet you, Maakua.
Yeah, and he sort of bows again and takes his leave, not wanting to take too much of Ardax's time.
Okay. All right. Anything else anyone would like to do?
Here at this elf, I assume?
One sec. Okay. Yeah, so there's, you see at the north, sort of northwest part of the map, there is, a woman wearing armor. She looks to be an elf. Sorry, I'm trying to read her, like, 3 pages of text here. Okay, so do you want to approach her?
Sure.
Okay, so the pennants above a cluster of finely made white and gold striped tents snap in the constant wind. The tents form a circle around a central campfire where a group of several armor-clad individuals undertake what looks like regular upkeep on armor, weapons, and other equipment. Symbols of Iomade and Sarenrae adorn the armor, cloaks, and pennants. A tall elf steps forward and smiles. "Hello, fellow Torrentmooters," she laughs. "That's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? Maybe I should just say, hello, friends, instead." The woman's dark eyes twinkle with amusement. She then makes a formal bow, her clenched fist at her chest. "My name is Kestrel, a knight of Lastwall, as are my companions," she says, and gestures to the people working on repairs. "On behalf of His Grace, Lord Ulthun II, I am pleased to make your acquaintance." She smiles brightly again. "A bit stuffy, but we're nothing if not sticklers for tradition," she says. "So, whom do I have the pleasure of meeting?"
Dorok,
She says, "Pleasure to meet you, Duroc."
from the Ice Tooth clan.
Ice Tooths, I see.
I assume you folks are from the Burning Sun.
Let's see. Yes, actually.
Didn't think y'all
she
show
is
up
not,
to
but
this.
She wants to learn about the Burning Sun hold, I think. She says, "Oh, I'm quite interested in the Burning Sun hold there and their devotion to Sarenrae. I was hoping to speak with some members of that hold at this gathering. I don't know if any are here right now, but all in due time."
You'll probably come around one. They're very bright and... Right, sorry. Very bright and self-righteous folk. So you'll spot them in a crowd.
She says, "Oh, I'm sure I will. Their light If it's the light of Sarenrae, I'm sure it will shine bright in any darkness.
Yeah.
When Makua bows and introduces himself as well. My name is Makua of the Anadi delegation from Majabi. Pleasure to meet you.
Says, the pleasure is all mine.
Sayuri obviously very excitedly, again, bounce up and greets. Welcome. Hello, I am Sayuri. Do I speak their language? What language? I don't know what language she speaks, I guess.
She's speaking common right now. Everyone is
She's
speaking
speaking-
common unless I say otherwise.
Like trying to bro down with people, but I don't think I know her language anyways. So yeah, I just chat with her and ask, I guess I ask like what her lord is like. I don't know how to phrase this, but like what is like the intentions of her lord almost? Like why are they here kind of a thing? What are they doing?
I read her backstory last night, and I'm trying to reread it and familiarize myself with the gist of it. So she says, what do you know about the Knights of Lastwall?
Pretty much nothing. I'm from the north, and I'm nomadic, so I just kind of showed up here. I don't know too much about what's going on around here.
She nods
You seem
and she
fancy,
says, well, we're the Knights of the City of Vigil, which unfortunately has fallen to the Whispering Tyrant. And I came down to the south to look for allies to return and look for survivors and that kind of thing to bolster our forces and perhaps strike back against the Whispering Tyrant.
How does the other orcs around, do they perk up when they hear that name?
Yeah, in fact.
I feel like it's a touchy subject for someone just to say.
And
Can I
one
also
of the
interject and
orcs
say-
passing by, who's just like setting up a tent, he says, yeah, fuck that guy.
Sayuri acts
I also say-
like super upset because she's raised by Tanuki and they're really close knit. So the thought of like Kestrel going through that is like really upsetting to her. So she's acting like she's upset for her.
Rebel?
I say I also walk over to him when I hear the word Whispering Tyrant.
Yes. He says, oh, I see. Do you have any, like, holy symbols on your person?
I believe I do.
I think your shield is branded, isn't it?
I think it
Or I
is.
assume your shield would be branded.
Oh, I actually have a Pilgrim's token. So yes, I would have a holy token.
Okay.
Like,
Well, she'll notice
Yeah, I
that,
have-
and she says, oh, you, follower of Iomade. Well, Iomade is a friend of Sarenrae, of course, so I welcome you to Torrentmoot, friend, and I hope we can count on your cooperation if any troubles arise.
always. We will always be here to help you. How's the fight against the Whispering Tyrant going?
And she sighs and she says, well, it hasn't been great, but I am here gathering allies. I heard about Ardax's rebuke of Tarbafon, and I was impressed
Hear.
by his courage and resolve, so that is why I am here.
Well, Sayuri's gonna do the thing that she does and say that basically that's really sucks that happened for you, and it seems like this is a really good group of people for you to be around then, and that there's a party in our tent. So if you want to come dance, find the Tanukis.
Okay.
That's rough,
And then that's
buddy.
kind of my interaction with Kestrel.
Okay, and if any of you would like to make like to make an impression upon Kestrel, you can. There are a number of skills you can roll, but if you're not sure, you can always go with diplomacy.
I think I would like to make an impression.
Religion isn't my thing,
Yes.
so
Okay.
I would actually go religional.
Okay, you can do religion.
Well, I will do diplomacy.
Natural 20.
Oof.
That is
Okay.
a critical success.
Nice.
So, she's actually quite taken with your vivacious and positive attitude, and you two hit it off quite well. And she says, I don't imbibe in substances, but I would be happy to come by and dance with you later. So you actually.
Oh, that was
earned-
not my role.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was Tyler's role.
I got confused.
Yeah.
That was Dust's roll.
Dust, yeah, Dust
No,
got
it was my
critical
roll.
success. Sorry, Dust,
Oh,
you tell me
shit.
what you say.
Everybody's.
Well, that's a great question. So yeah, I basically I express sympathy for her situation, and I say to her, I would be very glad to include your struggles in my account of this event. I think it would be very beneficial to future generations, and I hope that we can find some closure for you in that.
Okay, yeah. So she takes fondly to that, and she says, "I would love to discuss that with you. I think legacy of my people deserves to be written down, recounted, and told to future generations. So you earn 2 influence points with her."
Nice.
Okay, now I will roll my diplomacy.
Okay.
What? I think. Wait, who rolled the 22?
Oh no. That was Dust.
Okay.
That did the.
Well, you
full
only
success.
get like 1 attempt to earn influence for like social encounter, so it doesn't matter
No,
Oh.
if you rolled low.
I think Perky already rolled that 23.
No, that was earlier when they were talking to.
Yeah, that was like
Ardak.
15 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm
Just
having
rolled low.
troubles. It does say 13 minutes ago now that I'm looking at
Yeah,
it.
that's okay. All right. Anything else you all want to do before you turn in and get ready for your hunt in the morning?
I would like to do a performance.
Okay.
Heck
Okay.
yeah! Outside of my tent requested with the party.
What kind of performance would you like to do?
I would like to do a song.
Okay. Sing us a song, Abby.
I'm gonna slip my mask on so that I got a bonus.
All right.
So I'm gonna go over to performance, and then I'm gonna toggle, and then and then another toggle. I have a plus 13. Hopefully I roll well, because a good check, but bad roll doesn't mean shit. Wow.
Well,
It's
I
still
mean, with a
22.
plus 13, you sing a beautiful song. What does it sound like?
Tyler! She asked me. Rude.
Imagine if she made the same exact sound. Though.
That's not funny. Now I don't feel like singing.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I'm sure your singing is much better than that.
Well, I was gonna do some throat singing, so now I'm upset.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you out.
Tyler knows that because I've discussed that with him, so he just stole my thunder.
Damn.
Instead of throat singing, then I will serenade everyone with one of the many lovely songs from. I'm sorry, I keep laughing because
Go on.
from Disney's Tarzan.
Excuse me?
We'll get the pots and pans out. Okay.
No, not. That's all. That's the one Sarah thought I was doing too. Well, I do actually have a drum. I guess I could do that. I get out my drum and I'm like, doop-a-doop, boop-a-da, ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-da,
Go for it,
da, da, da,
Roseanne.
wah, ah, ah, ah.
A globe just rolls by in the background.
You're obviously hearing the music and coming over and partying,
Yeah.
dancing.
All right. So
I'm
you
just
guys
skitting and scatting.
party and dance and bebop and scat. And
I'm like, here's a slow one for all you lovers out there. Cause you'll be in.
Sayori's really young and goes, ew, gross.
Abby, you get a hero point for that. That was very funny.
First hero point of the campaign, and it's for you'll be in my heart.
You'll be there in my heart.
Always. Love it.
I decided that because I told Sarah that that when I'm doing Inspire Courage, I'm just going to do the third verse of that where I'm like, just listen to them.
Because what do they know?
I know we have each other to. Wait, I messed that up.
It's okay. You're fine.
We need each other is the word.
We have each other too.
Yeah. We'll see in time. I know.
I know.
We'll show them together.
When destiny calls you, you must be strong.
Gotta be strong.
See, we got a song out of Abby anyway.
But got to hold on.
So you were gonna roll a religion check, weren't you, Will?
Yeah. Oh, you saw my text.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I have
tempted
no
by
idea.
he's tempted by the song, and he has to roll a religion check now.
Well, he was gonna,
For Kestrel.
yeah, for the
Yeah,
lady.
you guys
I just don't know.
get
He
the
doesn't-
maximum amount of influence points out of her for now.
But he doesn't. I think it's a good moment. He doesn't know how to actually roll.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if you want to get
Yeah.
like specific
know.
information or whatever, you can obviously still talk to her.
How can I roll the roll?
So, on your character sheet, there is, on the proficiencies tab, there is, all your skills are there. So if you
tab.
click on the little dice beside any of those, you can make a check with them.
Oh, okay.
Some of them you can only do if you're trained. Like you can't do a medicine check if you're not trained. But
There should be a pop-up menu on the left side as well that has shortcuts to that. Under Will's character, you'll see like a line of buttons as well.
oh yeah, at the top.
Yeah, and you can go to skills and then just hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know. I
Yeah.
was confused this entire time.
Okay, so I think with that we will we'll party and then turn in for the night. And in the morning you'll leave for your hunt. And let's go ahead and take our break here. And when we come back, we can go on the hunt.
Yeah.
And then we can hear more.
More singing,
More Tarzan.
karaoke hour with Abby.
It's just gonna become a big party.
So you'll actually have to get debuffs for being drunken and hungover. So
No, you'll be fine.
And my character will sing her own rendition of Aristocats, everybody wants to be a cat, except it's everybody wants to be a lizard.
Is there any way for me to gain influence with the people who I've invited to my tent while we party?
So let's see.
I pretty much invited everybody. I can't remember the name of the second person that we interacted with, but
You have done everything you can as far as influence, I think.
okay.
So, yeah. So essentially, the way this will work is that there's going to be these missions that you go on, like this hunt that you're about to go on, and then when you come back from these missions, you'll have an opportunity to role play with the NPCs and attempt to gain influence with them. So it's sort of like alternating between an influence round and adventure.
That's pretty fun. I can dig that.
You're still up
Conceptually.
So I was saying, I think it's a nice system for new people as well. It's a nice introduction of helping role play and then going on a little adventure to help with teaching new people how to actually play the game, and then you come back and help your role playing experience.
Yeah, so we'll be on break. We'll come back in just a little bit, usually about 15 minutes. Give us a chance to get a snack, get a drink, do everything we got to do. And we'll see you all in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody. We are back from our break, and it's time to begin the hunt. So,
Yes,
you all wake up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, have your cup of coffee in the morning. And,
Yep.
Dude, I got crumbs in my book. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not my first edition book. Okay. Okay, so you meet up with Heen Bonesnap and her fellow rangers. They are the ones who invited you on this hunt. So is there anything you want to talk to them about before you set off? Any questions you may have, or are you all ready to go?
I'm all set.
Yeah,
I'm set for a good
I'm
hunt.
also.
I think I'm ready
Wait,
to
question:
go.
Are we hunting with like swords and stuff, or with like bows? Like, how are we hunting this?
I'm hunting with my mind.
They seem to have a
Okay.
variety of weaponry about them. There are three individuals. There's Heen herself, and then she introduces her companions Geneth and Rask, are Dromar women. They have swords and bows and all kinds of stuff.
Okay. I was mostly asking because I look down and I have full like heavy armor on and like giant tower shield and like sword. I don't know how good I am at hunting and sneaking up on animals.
Well, she says,
They're probably aggressive.
she says,
Okay.
well, it's gonna be a while before we find the aurochs to begin with, so it won't matter too much for most of the hunt. Once we get within range, we find our quarry, get within range, then you may want to doff your armor, but that's up to you.
Okay. That's my only thing.
Okay. Any other questions?
No,
I'm good.
let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready to hunt.
Okay.
Do it.
So, you all set out a few hours before midday and head north. As you're going, Heen tells you that they travel with the flood road within sight, but not on it, because The aurochs tend to skirt the outskirts of the path. Since they are essentially bird prey animals, they prefer not to walk out in the open whenever possible. So you all spend the first day tracking, just kind of making your way north without any particular interruptions or events happening. If there's anything you'd like to talk about along the way, we can get into that, or if you just want to keep things moving, we can move on to the second day.
So who's with us? Who's guiding us again?
So it is all of you, as well as Heen Bonesnap, who is the Gromar woman who you spoke to before. She invited you on this hunt, and then she has her two compatriots, Geneth and Rask, who are also Dromar women.
Am I traveling alongside the bank?
Yeah, you guys are. So let's actually go back to the map of Belton.
I would like to, at one point, while we are traveling, have a conversation, asking them what their personal opinions, or what their experiences have been as Dromar women.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just say the Flood Road is this sort of bright blue path leading all the way up. So you guys are kind of following this along. Not walking in the path, but kind of like staying along the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is, plains at the best of times and like badlands at the worst, so it's not like there's underbrush that you have to worry about too much. There's like, sagebrush scattered sparsely throughout, but it's not like a forest or anything.
As we're walking around, I would like to fill my water skin and cauldron both with water.
Okay. Yeah, there is a slight sort of creek going down the flood path here. Clearly not not flooded just yet, but there is enough water to get something to drink and fill up on water if you need it.
Yeah, I'd probably fill up my water skin too.
So my water skin is going to be full with water, and then I'm going to have 2 bulk water in my walking cauldron, because why not? I can always dump it out if I need it. Sounds useful for a trip to have a bunch of water. Okay.
So yeah, Abby, you said you wanted to talk to the women.
Yes.
Okay, what do you say?
Oh, I'm like, what has been your experience with being a Dromar woman? Have you had many issues with how, like, your orc clans view you?
Okay, so Geneth says to you, she says, there's one good thing about the orcs is that they don't really discriminate by gender as much as more, and she does air quotes, polite societies tend to. Men and women do mostly the same tasks, and that's useful. It feels good to be valued equally, but the difference comes with your blood. When you're in human society, the humans view you as nothing more than a mindless brute, and the orcs view you as not orc enough to be one of them sometimes. Feels like having a foot in both worlds without belonging to either.
I will interject. And you should move up with the ice tubes. We accept all, as long as you can hunt well.
I inject too. I say, Oi mode, join her, weave. She will welcome all. Men and women are equal.
And they just
Yeah.
kind of listen to your proselytizing with kind
Yeah.
of tired expressions, and they say, "Thanks, but we're set. We're spoken for."
Just say,
I
joy, come on.
I would like to try to empathize with them in Orcish, assuming they possibly know Orcish, kind of hesitantly, like, "Hey, do you understand Orcish," kind of thing, and I kind of say how I feel like, being a gnome raised by Tanuki. I don't have my own people, so I'm kind of empathizing with them a little bit.
Yeah, and they appreciate you using their language. They do speak it. They're not maybe quite as fluent as some of the other orcs you've spoken to, but they can definitely speak it. They took some classes in high school, um, and yeah, they appreciate your attempt at commiseration, though. I think they kind of intimate that it's not really the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Um, I kind of follow up with what they said, and I was like, you know, I didn't even know I was part orc for most of my life. It wasn't until I was branded that I even knew anything about my my orc's backstory, or not backstory, ancestry. My orc ancestry. Um, wish my mother probably would have told me that before they branded me, but yeah.
Okay, let me see. Sorry, I'm just reading here.
Question.
So yeah, so for I want Frizzlin and Sayuri to make diplomacy checks.
Okay.
You can, or yeah,
Diplomacy is pretty high for me,
yeah. You are a charisma-based character.
but I could also just roll really bad. I roll a pumpkin. 23.
Okay, so for Sayuri, a 15 is a failure, a 23 is a success. So you earn
Ooh.
1 victory point for improving the
Okay, so-
morale of the hunt.
Woohoo. I improved the morale with my sad backstory.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you bond with the hunters, and you have a good time. Let's see.
I'm just like, hey, you know how I'm just like, hey, how about being mixed race, huh?
sucks being a halfie, huh?
Question. Are the orcs totally sure they don't want to convert?
They're pretty sure. In fact, if you press them
Okay.
on it, they say that they actually worship Erastil,
Hmm.
who's the sort of god of the hunt.
Dang.
An orc god or is
No, that's just a general deity.
oh
Who do
that's
you- I'm sorry,
the bow
which
man.
which deity are you trying to preach on people, Will?
Mode?
Iomade.
Or what? Oh, Iomade. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing
okay.
it. Iomade.
It takes
Okay,
a while.
It's a
I
weird
don't
word.
worship that one either, so there you go.
Sayuri
You
kind of
wanna
rolls her
go-
eyes every time someone mentions worshiping because we don't.
Well, there
Sorry, I
are a
don't.
ton of deities in Galarian.
I have written down because Sarah put it on here. I wasn't sure what who the gods were in this universe, so she put me down as Gozra.
Yeah, Gozra is the sort of nature deity.
Listen, no matter what game I'm playing, I'm worshiping the nature deity because I like making very naturey, chaotic characters. Fuck the law.
I
I'm all
align
about
with the
the law.
elements.
I'm
The
all
law
about the
sucks.
law.
Literally, when
The
we were
law-
playing one. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go.
No, I don't like making lawful characters.
I don't know. I want to go lawful, but I want to go extreme lawful.
You want to be a
Ugh.
cop?
No, I want to be like he breaks the law. I'm like, oh well.
He said lawful,
I-
not lawful evil.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no. It's lawful. It's justice. Justice to the extreme. You break the law. The law says no hand.
The law
Hang
breaks you.
off. Yeah. I'm thinking like
sound
Judge
like-
Dredd.
You sound like Abraham.
Who's Abraham?
Tyler's
Like
kid.
Abraham?
Tyler's
My
character.
character. Yeah.
I want to
Lincoln.
be like Judge Dredd. I think like Judge Dredd type of deal.
That's valid.
Literally, Tyler's character went up to a vampire and said, "Stop killing people. That's not okay."
We never met
Oh, no, no, no.
vampires.
What was that? That succubus?
Yeah, she was a demon.
I mean,
Oh.
Yeah,
do
she was a
vampires
demon.
have to kill though?
Oh, no. Me and Tyler were talking about this the other day. I'm meaning like, if somebody breaks the law, like let's say like enemies surrender and they've killed innocents, I would be like, well, I have to kill you because you've killed innocents. You could do it again.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Will's
Doesn't matter,
like,
you surrender.
So
Will's like,
What
you
if you
jaywalked, you have to
accidentally-
die.
what if you end up killing an innocent through this extremism of the law? Do you just have to end yourself then?
I haven't. What do you mean?
He'll
I
kidnap
can't
1,000
That's-
children before he'll
that's
let
what
this
you
company
think.
die.
Like a true religious zealot blinding himself from the
Yeah.
acts of.
I'll kidnap
Yeah.
1,000 children before I let this company die.
I can't kill an innocent. I'm ordained by our holy lady of valor. I can't. It's impossible.
Okay, so
Stupid.
for the second day, Sayuri and Trizalin are socializing. What is everyone else doing? You can either socialize or you can help track. Or do nothing, I guess.
I help track.
Okay, if you want to track, you can do hunting
Nature.
lore, nature, plains lore, scouting lore, stealth, survival, or perception.
That's a
Um,
list, Sarah. You
it
gotta write
is.
that
I'll-
down.
I'm gonna do perception.
Yeah, I'll
Can I help?
remove the lores from that because I don't think you guys have any of them. It would be nature, stealth,
got no
survival, or
lores.
perception, with different DCs for each, depending on the level of applicability.
Can I help track even though I was socializing?
No,
Ah,
I mean you
damn
can
it, 'cause I'm an expert in
flavor-wise
stealth.
do that, but mechanically you were too busy yapping.
I'm an expert in stealth. I gotta pay more attention to this trip.
What?
I'm assuming if it's so say that nature is +7 trained and stealth is +7 expert, the expert would be better to use.
Only the number
It doesn't
matters.
matter. Only the number. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because
Yeah, the
Your
trained and expert is how you got to that number.
Okay, cool.
but
Yeah, your
they
expert
do
should
have
be your
different
highest.
DCs that you're targeting based on like how applicable the skill is. So for example, perception has the highest DC because it's the most general. Whereas usually like a really specific lore skill would have the lowest DC because it's the most specific.
Because like you know specifically about
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, so Maakiwa, 20 is a failure on perception, and
That's fine.
Durak, a 14 is a failure on nature.
Damn. We
No
did not
track.
help.
Well, you
We
got
tried.
you got one victory point for this first day for socializing.
Me. For me.
I'm only good at playing, so unless I can play to help find something, like I'm not helpful.
I mean, you can still do a perception.
Yeah, I mean, you could try perception, or if you were trained in survival or nature. So you
Oh,
probably
I have a
are,
2 in
but-
survival.
Are
I
you
have a
trained in it?
Ground.
No, not whatsoever. It's
Then
wisdom.
No.
I'm sorry, what are you, just curious, what do you have trained in?
Religion, intimidation, athletics.
Yeah, he's
Only
a
3?
champion,
That's
so
it?
Yeah,
get
champions
that
don't get
many.
much.
I
Damn.
have like 6 or
That's
7. Jeez.
That's sad.
That's you're an intelligence based and
I'm
Abby's a
stupid.
bard.
Bards
gets
just
a-
get a
My character
lot
is-
by default.
Yeah, they get
Okay,
the
I was about to say, because,
Jack of all
literally I'm
trades.
stupid.
You also should have gotten a third level skill increase. I don't know if you included that or not, Will.
Think I did?
Well, you would have taken one of those and put him to expert.
Well, you
Yeah,
can.
one of your
You can
things
do.
would be
You can
expert.
take one of them from trained to
wouldn't?
expert, or one of them from untrained to trained.
I'm just saying, it's a waste to not put something to expert. It's gonna be a while. And it's been a while.
And I'll move you know what? Religion expert.
Okay. I mean, that is kind of your thing,
Useful.
so.
That's
That
in
is your thing.
character, so yeah.
That's in character.
So roll a
Still not
religion
very
check
helpful
to
for
try to
tracking.
find this tracking.
Right?
Can I
Pray to
can I
your,
do
pray
a
to your
religion
God
check
that
to
we
find
find it.
Yeah, pray to God that you find the cows.
Good.
Dear God, please help me find these cows. Amen.
Ooh.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay, you rolled a 28, but unfortunately, Iomade is not a god of hunting, so
Oh
your
no.
prayers go unanswered
Dang
in this
it.
very specific circumstance.
You get a small head
Damn.
pat.
Everybody's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you want from me.
Good job, but
we're
I
just-
can't help you.
We're just looking at him. He's muttering to himself, just like
Hell yeah.
getting weirdo over here.
Okay,
I think the angels are talking to me.
Okay.
so at the end of the second day, you haven't helped much with tracking, but you have sort of kept up the morale a bit. That night, you make camp. Let's see.
I'd like to mention that anytime the fire is put out at night, do they put out fires in the campsite?
What do you mean?
Like, do
Typically.
you leave the fire on all night, or do you
Yes.
just like?
Because usually someone's
Okay.
on
Yeah,
watch.
normally.
Yeah, well, you keep
Okay.
it at a low burn because Smokey the Bear comes.
Yeah. And he's like,
Okay.
hey
Keep the
man, don't
animals
do
away.
that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if the fire was put out, I would be sleeping on the coils.
But most orcs are nocturnal, so
And have dark vision, so.
yeah.
Pull some coals out of the fire and sleep on them.
No, I want to sleep in the fire.
Okay, so, in the middle of the night, we'll say, the hunters are on watch. Let's see. You hear, I assume you guys are all sleeping in your separate tents. You hear the sound of Heen call out, and she says, "Arise! Something's coming!"
Okay. I
Same.
jump up and go out and look. I also have the
I
surprise attack
arise.
road thing, so I will spring into combat faster than my foes can react.
Yeah, Ma'akua, you just kind of do the Dracula thing where you just, like,
Yeah.
rise straight up.
I'm like
Arms
Nandor the
crossed.
Relentless, like yeah.
Alright, let me bring you all over to the map real quick.
You're making it really hard for my paladin not to be like you rising like a vampire. Like I was just looking at you, being like, "There's something off about him." Can't quite put my finger on it.
Not on the...
Oh, I have lost connection.
What have you?
To Forge?
Yeah, I gotta reload. I think the map change was like.
He means to Forge.
He's like, no, actually, fuck you. Sorry.
All I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay. I will put you all on the map here.
Ooh, lighting.
Yeah.
More lighting. So do we get
Dynamic lighting.
do we get personal vision or
Right now I have shared party vision on. If you all would prefer individual vision, we can do that. It's up to y'all.
I think party vision's fine for now.
Not picky.
Okay, so let me put the... Where the ladies at? Where the green women at?
Hey, show me where your green women at.
Okay.
I'm thinking of
Snoop.
She-Hulk now.
She-Hulk twerking?
Yeah,
What?
I actually was thinking of that.
with Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
I'm one chunky boy.
I have so
I
many
feel
books
very
in front
small.
of me right now.
Why do you feel small?
Their tokens are so large.
Lord.
Anything small makes sense. I like it. It's cute.
Okay, so, you all come out and you look around, and, at first you don't hear anything, but then you hear a snap of something in the underbrush as creatures are approaching you from all sides.
I pull out my blowgun.
Okay, then from the brush, you see 3 large insect-like creatures emerge. Feel them here.
Insectoids.
Go. I have to do them
Ugh.
individually, apparently. Here they
Who's
are.
cracking a whip?
That's the fire crackling.
Yeah. They're these large, insect-like creatures that look like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're just really disgusting looking, and dripping acid out of their mouths. This is what they look like.
Oh.
Oh,
These, like,
no.
this chitinous body with
thank
these
you.
foul-looking fangs.
I don't want it.
And sort of like horns coming out from their heads. They have this like hooked tail that like is raised above them, like a foul combination between a fish and a scorpion.
Evolution's a hell of a thing.
It looks like something out of a Junji Ito comic.
3?
There are 3 of them.
3.
I'm assuming we're gonna attack, so I'm
Yes,
probably gonna
they are
jump
approaching.
in.
So yeah, let's go ahead and roll for
'Cause
initiative.
I've got the surprise attack.
Roll, Ricka,
So-
roll, Ricka, roll
So,
for initiative.
Well, to roll initiative at the top, you'll see your little character there. And you can just hit the dice.
So will this change, Sarah? It says on the first round of combat, if you roll deception or stealth for initiative, creatures that haven't acted are off guard to you.
You're not rolling stealth or deception for initiative because you weren't doing that when the combat broke out.
Okay, I have to already be doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool,
if you
cool.
were like sneaking up on them rather than
Okay,
vice
cool.
versa.
Good to
So
know.
yeah,
Good
the
to
way
know.
initiative works for our new folks here is that initiative is the turn order for combat. Value you roll from high to low depends on the order you go in, and generally speaking, you roll perception for initiative. However, if there was something else you were doing prior to when combat broke out, say if you were sneaking or tracking a target or engaging in a battle of words when combat broke out, then you would roll a skill based on what you were doing. But for now, since you were just standing and waiting to see what was coming, it's perception.
Oh no! I got an 8.
That means you get to see what people do before you move.
That's fair.
Wait, did I take something? Oh,
You didn't roll, I don't think.
I did roll.
Yeah, got a 16. Abby did.
Oh, it's still showing
Did
me.
I?
You didn't.
It's right above
I-
Will's strike thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I accidentally clicked that.
Oh, I took a feat that gave me better initiative, but I don't think it's in the thing.
Yeah, it didn't. I don't think you rolled it as initiative.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't roll it correctly. My bad.
Yeah, you just
Do you
rolled
want
a
to just add
regular
2 to that?
perception check. Yeah, so I will. You rolled what, a 16 for a
So it's
total of
18.
18. Yeah, I can add that
Yeah,
manually.
I forgot that I forgot I had incredible initiative, which gives me a +2.
Incredible.
Normally, perception
Nice.
and initiative are about the same, but mine is not. So I have to remind myself.
All right, this is our first combat of the campaign. Who's
Nice.
excited for their character to die?
Me
Hell yeah.
All right,
again.
first up, it is Heen Bonesnap. It is her turn. It's funny how they said she has a bow, but it uses just like standard like character statistics, which doesn't have a bow. So let's see.
The
I
whole
should
ass
put
bow on
X
the
on
back
her.
in the picture.
Yeah, I know. So I could try to add a bow to her sheet, figure that shit out, but for now I'm just gonna go with her intended statistics. So she actually pulls out a pick. And
Excuse
she
me?
is... Yeah, first action, she draws a pick. Second action, let's see, what are her skills? Okay.
I'm sorry. I have.
It's also weird that she doesn't have nature as a skill, because she's, a ranger, but...
Not a very good one.
Yeah, okay. So she's gonna run up to the to the creature here. And then third action, she's going to strike with her pick. She gets a 24 to hit the creature, which is a hit,
Nice.
but not a crit. She gets 7 points of piercing damage to the creature.
Which one? Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one most
Right above her.
counterclockwise.
I now see her in a ring.
All right, and that is her
Where's that going
turn.
off twice?
Tyler, it is your turn.
Hey, yo, that's me. So you know what time it is?
It's clobbering time.
It's 3.
Yeah, it's 4:34.
Oh, yeah.
That's what time it is.
It's tree time.
3 time. What does that mean?
Yeah,
Timber.
totally.
I don't know how to actually put it. I think you have to put it
Tree
down.
Just tell me what you're trying to do.
I'm putting down a timber sentinel,
Okay.
and I will be putting it right somewhere.
Works
Right
like
somewhere.
Protector tree. And grows suddenly in an unoccupied space within range. Which space would you like? Sorry, I know you showed me, but I don't remember, so
Yeah.
I have a million little tabs and shit up.
I will be placing them right here.
Okay. Let me put down just a little drawing. A red box here. Or circle here for now.
Then I will now conjure a.
Do you have to, like, have your kinetic gate open? Do you have to, like, take an action for that, or...?
No, it was already open.
Okay.
I can keep it open. I don't know why that's like, oh, activate it, and you could just keep it open. It has an unlimited duration.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I will throw. I try to figure out how to actually throw this shit. Throw a javelin. One second. at this creature.
Okay. So, let's see. Did you make an attack roll?
Mhm.
Okay, a 21 is definitely going to hit.
Okay. Good. A 6.
Okay, 9 points of what type of damage is that? Piercing.
You're seeing.
All right. So you hit it with a
Sorry.
wooden spear, essentially materializes
Yeah.
and impales the thing. Here we go. I got a full on tree there now.
Hell yeah. That's a tree.
All right.
You need to have a what's it called? The wise tree PNG at the ready.
Okay.
Wait, what would the giving choice do there?
That's a
I
good
just
one
want
too.
the angry archer.
Okay, that's your turn, Tyler. Now it is one of
Yeah.
the creature's turns. The one to the southeast. It is going to start by doing an acids attack. Let's see.
Southeast. This one?
Yeah. First, it's going to move up here. It crawls up to you, slithers up, and just kind of drools acid from its mouth. And then you hear it, like, begin to regurgitate. It goes... And then it sprays a wave of acid from its mouth in a 30-foot cone.
That's upsetting.
Like so.
Seems bad.
No,
Oh,
that's all of
no.
us.
I need everyone to make a reflex save, please. Everyone except
Oh,
for Heen,
God.
who she already took off to fight another guy.
I'm assuming if my armor helps, since it's on, it'll just do that.
Your armor will help you in no way whatsoever with this.
Okay.
Armor
Sorry,
doesn't help
reflex?
against saving throw based things.
Yeah, on the left side of your character sheet, on the little tab there should be saves, and you want to do a reflex save.
Saves. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whew.
I was
I
about
did
to
pretty
ask.
good.
I got a 17. I don't know if that's good.
Okay.
Where?
I will tell you
Oh,
the
I got a
results in
24.
just a sec. I have to roll for your companions here. Got pretty good reflex. I mean, not if I roll a natural 3. That's not going to help them out too much. Okay, so... let's see. Let me look at all the results here. It looks like everyone failed, except for Trizalin and Dobrania. You each succeeded, so those of you who failed, you're going to take 16 points of acid damage.
Oh, God.
Well, shit.
Shit.
And I will
we
assign that
have
to
to
each
do
of you
that?
real quick.
Okay, cool. I mean, like, not cool. Like, that'd be great if you didn't, but...
Can I use a hero point?
Yeah, sure.
But
Okay. I'll reroll that. Was it reflex?
Yes, it was reflex.
Okay.
It was reflux.
That's the same fucking number. Cool.
It was fate.
Yep.
Yep. That's meant to be poisoned.
That's poison. Toxins isn't acid. That's just poison, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
acid.
damn it.
It doesn't poison you, it just hurts you. It goes ouchies, ouchies. The worst part is, and those of you who succeeded will take half damage, which is just
Okay.
8 points of acid. The worst part, though, is that those of you who failed also take persistent acid damage.
Yeah. Do I have to wait for my turn to, like, take a soothing tonic?
Yes.
Yes. You can only
Damn.
take actions on your turn. Unless it's a reaction. Okay, so that is its turn. The good news is it can only do that once per hour.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's good.
The bad
'cause
news
Bad
that
news
is
is
there's 3 of
it's
them.
another one's turn.
Uh,
Wait, how many are there?
There are 3.
3. Where's the third one?
This one is going to...
Oh, I don't even
wait,
see
what's
that
its
one on the
speed?
map.
Okay, just regular speed. It's going to move up to here. And then it is going to make a mandibles attack. First
Ooh.
at Ma'akiwa. For a 16 to hit.
does not hit.
And then a second mandibles attack at Durak. Obama.
Durakova.
For a 26 to hit.
It hits.
Alright.
Oh no, Durak.
Wait, can I? The strike.
Is this
If
a
both mark my
character
aura.
death speed run?
If you have range reprisal, then yes, I think you can.
Okay, so you're gonna take 12 points of damage. Half is piercing and half is acid.
No, I don't have them.
And that is its turn.
Is that correct,
Durak's already half dead.
Sarah?
What?
He was asking if he can retributive strike that.
Yeah, you have to have that
Both
feat
on my
for
aura.
it. The
Okay.
I think the ranged. Yeah, I think it's what you said, Tyler. The ranged. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, what is your champion's aura?
Champion is
Like, what's the range on your champion's aura?
range is 15.
Okay, so the trigger is an enemy damages your ally, and both are in your champion's aura, which they are. The
Yeah, they're
effect is
looking-
you protect your ally and strike your enemy. The ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level. And if the enemy is within reach, you make a melee strike against it. It is not within your reach, but you can protect Durak that way. So you would gain, 2 plus... You'd gain 5 hit points back.
Oh. Sick.
So you have used your reaction for this round, Ubrinia.
Okay.
So... But that is the end of the creature's turn. Next up, it is Ma'akiwa's turn.
Okay.
Alright, blaster.
Well, anyway, I
The
stunned
blaster. The blaster is hurted. So what I'm gonna do is, I already had this figured out. I'm gonna glimpse weakness on the close one.
Okay. Tell me what that do.
First ally that hits the target with a successful strike deals additional precision damage equal to 1 plus the spell's rank, and
Oh,
the
okay,
spell
cool.
ends. So if it's a cantrip,
It's a level 2 cantrip, so... or
level 2
rank
cantrip. So that's
Yeah, so you just place that effect on them. Cool.
okay. Yeah. So that's that glimpse weakness. And then I have to check out this spell because I kind of changed my thought process.
It's just spinning.
I realized I was clicked on. Just having a crisis about the centipedes.
I would
Yeah.
too, to be fair.
I'm tiny. You know how much bigger these are than me?
I mean,
We
you
have-
don't have to be tiny to be afraid of them. They're huge.
We don't have any spellcasters really around like that. So what I'm gonna do is cast Void Warp on myself. Yeah.
Okay, so some damage with the basic fort save. Or you're gonna cast it on
But it's
yourself. Okay.
yeah. Because I have Void Healing.
Okay.
So do I? Is that doable?
I'm not really sure. I need to look up how void healing works, as
I have another way to heal myself out of battle if this doesn't work. So it's not like the end of my character if not. But
let me take a look.
I'm asking the good questions.
Gonna get a drink real
Yeah.
quick.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. While you're doing that, I'm grabbing another one.
No, I don't know where it says it on your sheet. Let me take a look at the dump here.
This is
Heritage.
the first session of every game. It's just how does this character work again?
Yeah. How do all your dumbass characters work? Let's see. Gain the Dompier trait. You have the Void Healing ability, which means you are harmed by vitality damage and are healed by void effects as if you were undead. No, so it would not work that way. You
Okay.
would be immune to it, is what it is. You are healed by void effects that specifically heal undead.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't be. Let me not do that spell then, and instead I'll do two things. First, I will do. I had it in mind. So I will do. I had something that I could use to buff myself before I did a Psyburst, and now I don't remember what I was thinking. Sure Strike.
Okay.
So
Cast
Sure Strike. And then Well, that's not a strike though, is it?
Psyburst is not a strike.
Well, next time you make an attack roll. Oh, so since it's bludgeoning.
Yeah, so an attack roll would be a strike or a spell attack roll. But Psyburst.
Okay, so this works.
Well, Psyburst doesn't have a spell attack roll; it has a saving throw.
Okay. Well, then I guess I don't want to do Sure Strike. I'll do Psyburst. How about
Okay.
that?
Okay.
So,
I assume you want to target the one right in front of you?
yes. And does that mean that I get the Glimpse Weakness bonus, or does specifically an ally get that?
Glimpse Weakness says the first ally that hits the target with a successful strike. So you would have to use a strike to get the Glimpse Weakness bonus.
Okay, well that sits around for them then.
Yeah. So let's see. Go ahead and roll the damage, and I'll roll its reflex save.
Okay, let's see, 2d4.
Okay, it failed its save, so it'll take full damage. That's 6 points of bludgeoning, as it's just pummeled by psychic energies.
And I guess for my third action, I'll cast Guidance on... I'll cast Guidance on Abby.
Okay.
Oh. I'm not really going to be hitting anything.
It works for perception checks or saving throws or skill checks or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she is the next player character to act, so.
Yeah.
Oh, and at the end of your turn, You take your persistent acid damage.
Oof. It's what, 1d6?
I think it'll go automatically when I switch turns.
Okay.
Didn't he save?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be half that?
No.
No, I didn't succeed.
So you
Oh,
take
I thought-
3 points of acid,
Wait.
and you can click
Who
the button
succeeded?
to do your recovery check. Sorry, what,
Roll
Abby?
recovery check.
I think it. Oh no, it was Will who succeeded.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah,
you fail on the recovery check.
Damn. Okay.
All right, so it is now Rask's turn. She is, and the pictures have bows in them, but they don't have bows on their character sheets. Ridiculous.
Really
So
is
she's
supposed
gonna
to
do
have bows.
the same thing again. She's going to move up to the creature, like so. Then she is going to strike with a draw a pick and then strike with it.
Oh, my blow dart would have been so much more useful in
That's
the
a
beginning of this.
27. That is 1 point away from a critical hit,
Oh damn.
but that'll still do
Alright.
some damage. Okay, 8 points of piercing damage. It's a shame she didn't get a crit because picks have the fatal D10 rate, which means their damage die increases to a D10, and they also get an additional D10 of damage after
That would have probably killed
doubling.
it.
So, okay, that is her turn. So then she's gonna have to do her. She takes 6 points of acid damage. Oh, she is not looking good. Roll her recovery check. She fails. Abby, it is your turn.
Okay. So I am going to. I thought I knew what I was gonna do, and then I was like, ah. I am going to cast shield on myself.
Okay.
So I guess I need to.
Yep.
And then effect. Oh wait, I was gonna do it. I was doing it.
I got it.
I was doing it. And then I'm going to sing with.
Your anthem.
I'm just trying to remember the.
The daba db ba ba ba.
What the my perform. My brain is like
It's under spells.
losing its grip.
Um,
I was just over there.
yeah, under your focus spells.
Cantrip. Isn't that under
You're looking for
cantrips?
Courageous Anthem. I think.
Yes, there it is.
So you and all your allies within 60 feet gain the effect of Courageous
Which is-
Anthem.
I think it's everybody.
It's everybody, yeah. Yeah, 60 feet
There you
is a long way. So if you click the place 60-foot emanation and then just click on yourself, I think it should automatically apply the
Ta-da!
effects.
Woohoo! Yes, that's what I sound like. I'm making rave music in the background. I'm like,
Holy shit.
Very here for it.
Beautiful.
Oh.
and occasionally, instead of going do do do, you hear just me going throat pulsing.
Barry's just like dripping acid, like dancing.
Just like fucking throwing down, two-stepping while you're dripping with acid.
Yeah, got my towel going, spin in the air, just acid going everywhere. Yep.
It's like, this wouldn't be the first time I was dancing on acid. All right,
True.
so that is 2 actions. You have 1 action remaining.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought. Those were the 2 I wanted to take, but I didn't think of what else to do.
You could back the fuck up if you want.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
I might
should've
back
done
the
that.
fuck up. Let me see where I want to back the fuck up. I might. That's 20 feet, right?
Yeah, you go right up against those rocks.
Does the burst go with me? Because it's not moving.
We can just
It's
get
pretty
rid of
big,
the burst
so-
because it's 60 feet, which is like the
It's
entire
from when you
map
sang the
pretty
song,
much.
I think.
Diddle-diddle-doo. Diddle-diddle-doo.
Okay.
At least it keeps the buffs.
Yeah, just for future references, everyone should just start making. Wait, did that go on everybody's sheet, Sarah,
I got
or
it.
do we have to do
I
that?
applied it to
Okay.
everyone.
I think after today's session, we should just go ahead and make toggles, and Sarah can tell some of the newer people how to do those. But that's what we did in our last long-term campaign, and it was so much easier.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, honey.
Yeah, for the most common spells.
Okay, so
Woggles.
next up it is Janeth's turn. She is going to step up to the beast, and she is going to strike with her pick. She's going to draw her pick and then strike. 17 is a miss. That is with Courageous
no.
Anthem, unfortunately.
Oh no!
She should have flanked, but too late. All right.
Get that orc
then
brain.
That was her whole turn. Was one hit?
She stepped, drew a weapon, and did a strike.
Oh, she drew it. Okay.
Oh, she rolls a natural 20 on her recovery check, so she recovers from the acid and takes minimum damage while doing it.
There you go, girly.
All right. Debrinia, it is your
Is my
turn.
sword drawn? Is my sword... I'm gonna move on your turn or no?
Sorry, what?
I was asking Tyler if he's gonna move.
Yeah, I'm getting
Orc.
away. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna move
I would
you.
suggest maybe next to the dying man.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
He is
I'll
probably
just do
going
what
to
I
get
was
it.
going to do for you. Okay, I'll do what I was going to do for you for him instead.
Even though you don't trust him.
Yeah.
Wait,
He still won't let me die.
Yeah, he's still an
Yeah.
ally.
So wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raise my shield
Okay.
and do
Now, if I go
Devoted
unconscious
Guardian.
and he learns some secrets, that might be different.
Okay.
His devoted guardian.
Yeah, that's enough. You got it. That's enough slices.
Oh god.
Actually,
An
Devoted
adjacent
Guardian.
creature, as long as your shield is raised and the creature remains adjacent to you, the creature gains a +1 circ bonus to AC or a +2 circ bonus if you raised a tower shield. So, unfortunately, there's no effect thing for that, but, yeah. You're choosing Ma'akua.
That's why it stands.
Yeah, wait, do I have to activate Devoted Guardian or no?
I mean, you just tell me who you're picking as your chosen ward.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Mawakio?
Ma'akua.
Aquila.
Okay, that's your turn. Next up, it is the other beast's turn. It is going to attempt to attack your friend Heen, who charged off to fight it, to hold it off. It is going to begin its turn with an armor-rending bite. So it gets to make a mandible strike. It misses with a 15. And that was 2 actions it wasted to do that. So for its third action, it is just going to do another bite. That one hits with a 25.
I block it.
No, you don't. Oh, well, you
Yeah,
do
the tree.
reduce some of the damage.
Yeah, by 20.
By 20?
Yeah, that tree has 20 health.
Okay, so it just eats 20 damage before it goes away. Okay, well, it rolled 11 damage, so the tree, like, leans over and it bites the tree instead. Excellent.
Funny little
That
tree.
tree's pretty tanky.
Yeah.
And that was its turn.
We all say thank you, tree.
Sayuri, it is your turn.
Okay. So I get 3 actions.
You get 3 actions, indeed.
And it
Use it
should
wisely.
tell me how many actions things take to do, right?
Yes, you'll see besides
Yes.
some things, there's like this sort of diamond-looking icon. That indicates the number of actions. For example, drawing one of your weapons is 1 action. Quick alchemy is a single action.
What about so I have the natural medicine and a soothing tonic. Would those be 1 action each?
Let's see. Natural
And
medicine.
also the natural medicine, can I heal only 1 ally or can I heal all my allies?
So natural medicine lets you use nature instead of medicine to treat wounds. Treat wounds takes 10 minutes to do, so you're not able to do that in combat.
Okay, that's after. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But the soothing tonic doesn't.
Let me see.
So, because that's one of my daily crafting things that I have 1 of.
Yeah,
Is
You
your
have
natural
versatile
healing,
vials
so
too,
my
I think.
wounds recover faster over time. You gain fast healing 1 for 1 minute.
yes, so you could, if you want to give that to someone, you could use an interact action while you're adjacent to them to give it to them.
But I'd have to walk. Is anyone close enough to me? I don't have to walk. Like,
You are not adjacent to anyone right now.
No, I have to be like next to.
Yeah, I mean,
And that would take an action.
how long do you think your arms are?
Not very long. I could,
Yeah.
but I could like throw it at them, right? Smash it at their
You could
feet and let it
try.
work. You know?
But I think it's
You-
something you have to ingest in order to get the effect of.
Yeah, that's true.
And there
So-
is bombs you can
It's the-
create that are you can make vapor bombs that have vitality in them.
Would my blasting stone be considered? Would I have to pull it out and then use it, or is just using it because it's an alchemy thing, just 1 action
So
to throw it?
if you use quick alchemy,
It's just like my pre-prepared.
yeah,
daily
these are
crafting
these
thing.
are items that you have that you would have to take an action to pull out and then use an action to use
Okay, so
them.
each of them would be 2. Cool.
Yeah, however,
fuck.
if you use your quick alchemy action, you can just use one of your versatile vials to, in a single action, take on the form of any alchemical item whose recipe you know.
Oh, even if I haven't made it in my daily crafting.
Yes.
So my life shot would be useful. Special small dose. A creature hit by it takes no damage, instead receives 1d4 healing and gaining a +1 item bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons, though. That wouldn't do anything to acid.
That's correct, yes.
But, so would it still heal them and just not get the item bonus
Yes.
against the
I
acid?
mean, you would still apply the bonus, it just wouldn't particularly...
Critical hit, roll
matter.
the healing received twice and take it better. So this will heal against acid, though. It won't remove the acid or prevent it, though.
Yeah.
I might use my versatile vials and give a life shot to Akiwa.
Well, so life shot is an ammunition, so you would have to
Oh,
load it into like
damn.
a crossbow and shoot it,
My blow dart gun.
or your blowgun, I think.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my versatile. So that would use 3 actions then, though, to pull out my blowgun, load it with the versatile vial, and shoot it.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you have your blowgun out already?
Yeah, you did draw it before we started fighting.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that matters.
Yeah, so you don't have to use an action to draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say
That's
I drew
all.
it when we first got pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normally you can either use quick alchemy to create a consumable, so like a piece of ammunition or a potion or elixir, something like that, or you can use it to create a quick file, which can only be used as a bomb, or for the versatile vial option from your research field.
Okay, so I can blowgun the versatile vial life shot at Makiwa then.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do that.
You sure can.
Yeah, but that would also keep your blowgun out. So you would have that,
Yes.
on hand for future turns.
Yes. So would that use up my 3, or would I have still 1 left?
So
Because I
let's
already
see, you
had my
need
blowgun.
one
out.
action to draw the blowgun. One action to craft the life
versatile
shot, and
vial.
then a third action to shoot it.
Yeah, because it only takes 1. So yeah, I'll just do that and then use up all my
Okay.
for that for now. I'm not super useful in attacking. So I roll.
Yeah, you'll want to get some bombs on your
I
formulas.
have a blasting stone bomb, but it's just not really useful right now.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare for this quite. I prepared for hunting in my morning stuff. I can only giant centipede venom just like freezes them pretty much, which would have been useful earlier, and then I only have 1 blasting stone.
Yeah, well,
So what do I roll then for the life shot?
it would be an attack roll with your blowgun. So on your actions tab, go ahead and click draw on your blowgun.
Draw.
Question:
Perfect,
Isn't
and
Makiwa
then-
a Dampu?
No one
yeah.
knows that.
That would he would not get healed.
Wouldn't I
by
kill
that.
him?
But you don't
Yeah,
know
no one
that,
knows that.
so-
What?
Yeah, he's
No
undead,
one's character
so-
knows anything about my character.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know that though, so don't worry about it. So go ahead and click the strike button on the blowgun.
We're either gonna
It's
get
asking for
lore
ammo.
or a punchy orc.
There's just no ammo, just strike.
Yeah. We'll see if it lets you do that. It may complain about that.
No ammunition. Yes, it's complaining.
Yeah. I wish there was an option to, like, ignore ammo. We'll just roll a d20 and we'll add 7 to it.
Okay, over here. Chat, it's how I roll just a regular one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason I avoided ammunition stuff. Ammunition scares me.
Okay, well, you got a 13, which misses anyway.
Well, damn.
So you shoot it from your blowgun and it sails into the tent and out of sight.
And Sayuri goes, I'm not a fighter, and then is just embarrassed.
That's okay. You live and learn.
And that's everything.
All right. Top of round 2.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Also, you take 5 points of damage from your ongoing acid.
Yes, I
And
do.
go ahead and click the
Oh, and then
recovery
I
check.
take away a versatile vial.
Yeah.
I only have 3 now. Okay.
And then go ahead and click the roll recovery check button in chat. And that'll see if you recover from the acid.
In chat?
It's on the buff. On the debuff on the top right. You can hit roll a
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We already rolled your damage, but click the roll recovery check button. I'm sorry, I think it only shows to me. So a 10 is a failure. You need a 15 or better to recover.
Damn.
Or
so I'm
take
still
any amount
damaged.
of magical healing.
Oof.
Or take first aid from someone who's trained in medicine. So it is Heen Bonesnap's turn. She is just gonna go crazy with her pick here on this creature. She is going to strike. That is a 20 to hit. Ugh, minimum damage. It takes 6 points of piercing. Then she's going to strike again. Hoping for a crit. Well, that's a 23. That's another hit. For a little bit better, 8 points of damage. And then For her
You got it,
last
girl.
action, she is going to step back, actually. Just to make the creature come to her. Make it waste an action. That is her turn. Next up is Durak.
That's me.
Or trying to save us.
Bye.
No, we're friends.
I gotta stick with the homies. What's up, kin of kin?
Damn.
But I will put a protecting tree adjacent to everyone.
Okay, so what space?
Be right here.
Great. Copy the tree here. There we go. So a tree just sprouts up out of the ground.
It goes, oh. Mm,
I'm a tree.
wise tree. I roll my recovery check. 20. Let's go.
Natural 20.
Critical
Okay,
success.
you still take damage, but then you have recovered from it, I think, so. Unless you, like, are taking an action on your turn to do something.
I should have tried to heal Rask. Damn.
Is Timber Sentinel, that's 2 actions, right? So yeah, you wouldn't have the actions, so you would take the damage first, and then you do the recovery check. So I'll roll it, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You take
I thought
4
Fade
points
would do
of
it
acid.
automatically.
It does if I end your turn.
Okay.
Okay, so now it is the creature to the east turn. It's got 2 hasty orc ladies in front of it. It is going to start its turn with an armor-rending bite towards Janeth, which it gets a mandible strike. Okay, I rolled a natural 2, so it misses.
Good.
And then for its third action, it is just going to bite again.
So Yuri's totally in the back, like, you suck, centipede, and stuff like that. She doesn't know how to
Well,
be
it gets a
quiet.
22 this time.
Oof.
For
Oh, no, that's less.
13 points of damage. Janeth had 11 hit points left, so she is unconscious and dying.
Oh no,
Ooh.
Janeth.
Suck.
And she was not the one who was
dead.
who was near dead. It was the other one who was near dead.
Yeah.
I thought there was
But,
4 people to this party.
What do you
Wasn't
mean?
Yeah,
there
were
a
there
man?
4?
No.
No, that was a different
At the
character.
camp? Oh,
I think
There's just
I was
him and
assuming
the
he was
2
part of them.
You said this woman and her 3 friends.
Outside, wasn't he?
I meant 2, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's like in
Just
the
walked away.
in the camp. It showed a dude
Oh.
with him.
Yeah, that was
Got some stuff floating.
the guy who was welcoming you to the camp.
Mm.
I don't know why they decided to put him there. But now it is the other creature's turn, the one that is near you guys,
Creature feature.
featuring the creature. So
Gee,
it is.
You've
Let's see.
put this in my brain.
You're welcome. So it's got 2 juicy targets right in front of it. What's it gonna do with all that junk?
What's it gonna be now?
Boo and pee now. It's going to try to do an armor-rending bite at Dobrynya. That is a 26 to hit.
Shit.
So
Is your
let's see.
shield? Oh, did you raise your shield?
I did.
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
took cover though.
So it
Yeah,
rolls
I didn't take cover.
16 points of damage. Wait,
My
hold on,
tree
hold on.
takes the damage.
For some reason, it has the glimpse weakness on it, like it's going to take. No, so no, it rolls 13 points of damage. But the damage doesn't go to you; it goes to your armor.
Does the tree still block it though?
Actually, I think it would. I'll say it
Yeah.
would.
Tree.
So
I don't.
13 for
By the
the
way,
tree.
I don't know if the tree, the health. I don't know what the health of the tree is. Let me hit the thing again. It says it's. I don't know if it's 20 health or 30 health because it says
So-
heighten +1.
It's of a rank equal to half your level rounded up, which would be rank 2. So it would be heightened to second rank.
Okay.
So it would have 20 hit points.
20. Okay.
Okay, so it's. I hope you're keeping track of these trees.
They wither immediately.
Well, they last for a minute.
You can only have one out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The other one's gone.
Okay, so the other one.
Yeah, the old one's gone.
It turns into a normal tree.
Okay,
So
I'll just delete it.
no, it is there.
I know. I'm just gonna delete it because I'm gonna make it easier for myself.
Okay. Because I know that people can use it for cover if they need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are in a forest though, so there is already trees nearby.
Yeah. So then it got a mouthful of branches, so it's gonna try to strike Ma'akua instead with its second bite. That is
said it did 11.
a 17 to hit.
Well, my AC is 17, so
Well, you have a +2 from Dobrina's ability.
oh, that's true.
The devoted
The
guardian.
guardian.
So you have a 19.
So then
from
that's so then no hit.
There you go.
Nice.
You're just like hiding behind his tower shield.
Yeah, that tracks.
All right. Excellent. Well, Ma'akua, it is your turn.
Okay, well,
I don't know why
Today
I
we
removed
dropped
the
one
courageous
piece of
anthem from
lore.
you. It
today
shouldn't
we
do
drop
that.
one piece of lore on my whole party where I change shape into a human-sized spider.
Nice.
Then I scamper up this cliff to the top of it, which I can do because I am now a spider. And then I change
Gosh, I have
back into
feelings
a
about
guy.
Okay, so 3
So
actions.
now I'm on top of this thing
On top
and
of Old
a
Smoky.
person again.
So you guys just see one of your allies just turn
Oh,
into
wait.
a giant spider, crawl up the side of this cliff, and then turn back into a person.
I also unleash my psyche.
You want to do that at the beginning of your next turn.
Okay, well then I will do that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
you
the
wouldn't.
the trigger for that is when your turn begins, and the requirement is you have to do it when you cast a spell on your previous turn.
Okay. Does polymorph spell count?
Change shape is not a spell; it's just an inherent ability you have.
Okay. Well then I won't be able to do it next turn, but it's fine.
Yeah, it only lasts for 2 rounds, so you want to be
I'll do it later.
selective when you use it. Okay.
Okay.
It's now Rask's turn. She and her friend are looking very poorly, so she says, I'm sorry, we have to fall back. So she's gonna spend her turn dragging her comrade safety.
Oh gosh.
It's just me, the tree, and
think I'm in a bad
Dobrinia.
So yes, at the end of her turn, she takes 5 points of acid damage. Rolls her recovery check, and rolls a 15 exactly, so she is healed of acid. Oh yeah, Ma'akua, I'm gonna roll your recovery check, because I think we forgot to do that.
Oh yeah.
Natural 3. So, you
Oh.
take 5 points of acid. Oops,
Okay.
not to her. No, no, no. Sorry. You take 3 points of damage. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong entry.
4.
Okay, so Abby, it is now your turn.
It is. Do I have to use a turn to like continue my
Your song, yes, it lasts for
Yes,
1 round.
okay.
So you would have to use another action to start it again.
I continue my song. And then I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm thinking
Alright.
about. I'm gonna cast a spell. but I don't know what I want to cast. I'm thinking about casting shit. Ooh. Casting some shit.
Well, you're about to rest for the night, essentially, so don't worry
Yeah.
about
I
blowing all
know.
your spell slots.
It's an animal, so I'm just trying to think of what would be the best thing. I don't want to cast like something will-based, and then it's like, oh, it actually has no will. Or something, I don't know.
Yeah,
what I
you don't
mean?
know if it's mindless or not.
I think your only attack is Phantom Pain.
No, she's got a couple attacking spells.
Well, that's a actual spell slot.
She does have a
Yes.
laughing fit
Yes.
that could make them
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
slowed and
Can they
Oh.
laugh?
Can bugs?
that's,
Can bugs
as long
laugh?
as
yeah,
they're
that's what I was
not
thinking. I
as
don't.
long as they're not immune to mental effects, it could affect them.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
Okay.
I think we might be disabled by that.
I don't want to see these things laugh. I'm being
I
honest.
kind of want to see them laugh.
They saw a guy turn into a spot up a wall after I just protected him. I don't want to see these things laughing.
Alright,
Okay, laughing fit. Who are you targeting?
It's 30 feet, so I think. Hold on.
Actually, the closest one is
You?
35 feet from you.
yeah, you
Can I-
can't hit one.
Oh,
Shoot, and I can't 5-foot step.
Three.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, never mind that.
unfortunately.
What about the...
I mean, you could do like a... Yeah, all your spells are 30 feet.
I didn't know I moved so far back.
Well, it happens. You could just move up and wait for your next turn so that you'll be a little bit closer. Just move up and cast shield.
Just Sanctuary.
Or sanctuary.
I thought I already had shield.
Shield only lasts 1 round.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I pretty much do the exact same thing I did last turn, except I'm moving up instead of backwards. Okay. So shield me again.
Okay, you're gonna need to start shielding yourself.
I'm sorry, I know. I will, after today's game, I will
Okay.
make toggles.
Is this on elevated ground? This rock next to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I scampered up it.
It's not like very high,
Skylinks.
maybe like 5-10 feet up, but it's still
Hmm.
like, raised, elevated ground. Okay, so Dobrynia, it is your turn. The courageous anthem back on you.
I'm realizing right now, I really wish I had other people in melee.
Yeah, we kind of lost Z, so... your
Can I attack
other
and then
melee?
move back? Attack and then able to move back.
Yeah,
Or no?
you have 3 actions, so
Yeah.
strike is 1 action.
Oh, I just didn't know if it was.
But I will say,
Yeah,
if
like-
you do move back, it will move back, and it will probably shoot acid all over us.
The issue
Yeah,
is, I'm currently about to fight 2 of them at the same time.
You have a tree next to you, it's okay.
Yeah, and you
And
have
gone.
by far
The
the
thing's
highest or AC of like anyone in
Yeah.
the party.
You are the,
Yeah.
the
Fine, okay.
chunkiest.
You are the tank. Stay up there where the tank belongs.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on.
Oh,
You doing it,
Oh,
champ?
Also, maybe don't roll so bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, a natural 1 is a categorical failure.
damn it.
You are unable to
Okay.
hit it. You have 2 actions remaining. Raise your
Wave
shield.
shield, and then I'm gonna take cover. Just gonna take cover behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that do?
It improves your
pop-up
AC
thing.
even further.
Oh, okay.
Like 25 now.
All right. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Please do damage against them.
Okay,
I see we can.
He's hurt.
it's the turn of the
I
one.
I can now.
All the way out there.
Okay,
Birds.
so.
It's not your turn yet, Sayuri.
Oh, it popped up.
It's one of the bug's turns. So first action is
Popped
going
up on my
to
screen.
step up to Heen. Second action, it's going to try to bite her. Natural 20. First critical hit.
Oh no.
That poor lady.
She's going to take
Could they just-
28 points of damage.
She just wanted to hunt.
And she is still
Right?
up.
Girl's a beast.
And then second attack. 13 to hit.
Oh no, that's 2.
Misses.
Miss it.
So it just like lunges out and like takes a chunk out of her side. Like rips up her cloak and leaves a nasty sizzling gash, and you smell like a horrible smell of like boiling flesh.
Actually, that would have killed my Wiko. Would have one-shotted
So you
you.
just wanted to dance.
And she just like screams like, "Ah, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill you!" Sayuri, it is now your turn.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
stop
try to be
yelling.
more useful this time. Do I have like a distance on my blowgun? Or am I...
Your blowgun has a range increment of 20 feet. So
20 feet, okay.
So, within 20 feet, you take no penalty, and then for every increment of 20 feet after that, you take a compounding, I think, -2 penalty.
Okay, so let's see with... You said they can take mental damage.
I didn't say they could take mental damage
Oh.
or not. I just said if they can take mental damage.
Oh, so we don't know if they can take mental
You don't
damage.
know
We have to
anything
try.
about them other
Let's
than
see what
they,
Yeah, we
happens.
haven't
they're
learned
big
anything
bugs
about
and they
them.
have acid.
Okay.
You could attempt
I'm trying
to recall knowledge to identify these creatures.
That's true. Does that just take one action?
That is one action to recall knowledge.
I don't know if... Is the knowledge if I have it based on just my roll? Like I don't actually have to have had any kind of experience?
Correct. You would make a
Okay.
nature check against these particular creatures.
You know what? I'm going to do that with my first action.
It's a good one.
So, roll nature. Let's see. What's the total?
Okay, a 20 is a success. So you learn these are a type of animal called aurochs, which are basically big-ass bugs, and they spit shit.
Oh.
Here's the description of them. It
Wow.
says, these horse-sized burrowing monsters generally avoid heavily settled areas
Oh.
like cities, but Ankrov's predilection for livestock and humanoid flesh ensures that the creatures do not remain in the deep wilderness for long. Desperate farmers whose fields become infested by Ankrovs often have little recourse but to seek the aid of adventurers. Ankrovs are immense burrowing and insectile predators considered by inhabitants of the rural areas of the world to be an all too common plague. And I will give you
They're
one question
horse-sized.
about them.
I'm like, how have farms even existed? Like
I
with
know,
these
right?
motherfuckers.
Like, you live in a world
Yeah.
where dragons are real.
That is a
like-
good one.
And, like, these things are a common pest. Like,
I'm in my asshole. Jesus
Almost-
Christ.
Almost
It's
one-shotted
like,
multiple people.
oh no. Oh no, the fucking horse-sized fucking acid-spitting fucking bugs are back.
okay, so...
Just another day as an
How
orc
do you-
I'm
player.
going to find out, though, what kind of damage it'll take.
Yeah, so I because you rolled a success, you get one question about the creature. Usually I break the questions down into categories, so you could ask about its traits, which tells you like what kind of creature it is. You You could learn what skills it has. You could learn its offensive abilities, its defensive traits, or anything else. So one of those things.
Would the defensive traits also include things like
Weaknesses,
things
resistances,
that stop?
immunities.
Yeah. Yes, I want that.
Okay, it has none.
It has none.
Oh,
It has no weaknesses
No
and
weaknesses,
no
no
immunity.
resistances, no immunities.
Okay.
Some of those are good things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weak to
Okay,
having
so
all
that
its
used-
hit points removed.
So that
If
used
only
one
of us
my...
was a thaumaturge.
That used one of my
Only.
things. Okay, and then how far is 20 feet around these guys? Like the one out to the right of me, is anyone gonna get hit if I throw something that affects 20 feet? Am I gonna get hit?
So
No, you have a
Oh,
ruler
yes.
that you can
Yes.
use.
yeah, so you are
Oh, fuck yeah.
15 feet from that one, 15 feet from both of them.
Okay, so we will get messed up if I use my blasting stone on them.
You,
You have
a
some
little bit
allies
farther
who
than
are,
them.
you know, behind
Oh wait, 10
you.
feet. Each creature within 10 feet exploded must... Okay, so that might be okay.
yeah, there shouldn't be creatures within 10 feet of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's that. So with the blasting stone, it's in the space where the stone explodes.
So I should hopefully throw it far enough away.
Yeah, so if you threw it like here, it would just hit both of the bugs.
Yeah, I think, and that's just gonna take one of my actions because it's one of my pre-prepared things.
Yeah.
Blasting stone. Or do I have... I don't have to pull it out and
You
then
would have
throw
to
it.
draw it because it would be
I
like
would
in
have
your
to draw
pocket.
it.
Yeah, and then one action to throw it. I would say it is a strike action to throw it, but I'm not going to make you roll because you're just throwing it on the ground. So if you throw it, both of the creatures need to make a fortitude save.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that at them. My
Okay.
one blasting stone. And then I have to remove that because I used
Oh
my
wait,
one.
I'm sorry. So the way it works is that you throw it at a creature, and then the creature that it
If it hits a creature
takes
or
2d4
hard
sonic.
surface.
Yeah, so if you hit a creature directly, it takes 2d4 sonic damage, and then it has a 10-foot burst where any creature in that 10-foot burst, other than the creature you hit, takes 2 splash damage.
So it only do 2 damage against both of them.
And then it gets a fort save against the deafened effect.
So is that exactly 10 feet? Can I hit the one to the right of me and it still hit the other one, or is that 15 feet?
They are 15 feet apart. And you are 15 feet
Probably just
away
hit the one
from
right.
Yeah.
them. But that's fine.
The right one is fair.
Yeah, I would hit the
Yeah, I
one
would
on the
just hit the
right
right one.
because the one on the left is held up by your ally, so...
I'm just trying to see if I want to hit them with an algae bomb then instead, because it's poison. You gain 1+ item bonus to attack rolls. The bomb deals 2d8 poison damage and 2 poison splash damage.
Yeah, so the main damage applies to the creature that you hit with the bomb. The splash damage applies to any creatures adjacent to it, essentially.
But it doesn't say, yeah, because it doesn't say how far, so splash is like right next to.
Yeah, if it doesn't say, then splash damage is immediately adjacent.
Range increment 20 feet, so that means I have to be within 20 feet of the thing.
If you're
to hit it?
outside of 20 feet, you take a penalty on the attack
Okay,
roll.
okay. Shit, I don't know which one to throw.
I would do the algae bomb. It does more damage.
Specifically to the one, yeah. I think I'm gonna throw the algae bomb directly to the one to the right of me here.
Okay. So go ahead and make a ranged attack with a +1 item bonus. So that would be... you're proficient in bombs. So it would be your proficiency, which is 2 plus your level, which is 5, plus your dexterity, which is 0, plus 1, so plus 6 to hit. So go ahead and roll d20 plus 6.
Let me... 20, and then do I just do +6 where it says the minus plus?
Yeah.
At the bottom there? Okay. 6. And roll. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so an 8 does not hit.
I suck.
But I think
Oh,
it
I
still
suck.
takes the splash damage.
It's using one of my versatile vials to.
Oh, if you're using the versatile vials, you don't have to spend an action to draw it.
Oh, okay, so it was just one action then.
Yeah,
Okay, so I get one more action
I
then.
think. Let me double check.
I think so. Well, I thought it took one instead of two
What?
actions. Let me see.
Learning alchemy.
Right?
No, okay. I think you still need to spend the action to create it, then you spend another action to throw it.
I think it's one instead of two actions to create is the versatile
Yeah.
vial.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's still the two.
So
I
it'll
still out of
still
actions.
take
Okay.
2 splash damage on a miss.
So that's
Probably move away.
Well, that's all her actions.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oof.
And then I roll to see if I get damaged or if it's gone or whatever.
Yeah, I'll roll for you because it does it automatically when I change the turns. You take 5 points of damage from your resistant acid, then I'll roll your recovery check. You do not recover.
Damn. Okay.
Additionally, you can spend actions on your turn to attempt to, lower the DC of the recovery check. Like, if you try to, brush yourself off, or, stop, drop, and roll.
Bro, could I not be using my walking cauldron to wash myself off because it's full of water?
Is it full of water?
I
Yeah,
filled
filled it
my
with
walking
water.
cauldron and my water. I have
Good.
two. My walking cauldron has
bulk.
2 bulk water in it.
Okay, yeah, well, you can do that on your turn.
I'll do that next. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Alright, it is Heen's turn, top of round 3. Keep having to put the Courageous Anthem back on people because it keeps expiring at the starts of their turns.
Is 2 bulk water enough for one of my allies to be able to use the cauldron?
Sure.
Or I'll just take
You
a
could
little
just
bath.
dump it on
It's just-
you, but,
Because it's just like a walking cauldron, so it's just like
I would
around
say
at the camp
it's
within
enough
30 feet of me.
to be used once.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna.
It's like a bucket full of water.
Yeah, a bulk is like 4 or 5 pounds. Like 10 pounds of water isn't actually that much.
Yeah, water's heavier than you think.
Yes.
Okay,
It's like
so,
2.5 gallons.
yeah. Which is not, an insignificant amount of water, but it's enough to,
Especially for a gnome.
use as an emergency shower, like in chemistry class.
I could just bathe.
And you always wanted to pull that fucking handle, but you knew better. Anyway, it's Heen's turn. She's gonna strike out with her pick.
Kill this one. God.
14, the first strike. Come on, roll high this time, bitch. Okay, that's a 25. That'll hit.
Yes. Kill it.
Please die.
Ooh, max damage for 12 points.
Yes. Die.
And it is dead.
Yeah.
She misses the first time.
Alright.
The
I didn't
pick,
want to.
glances off one of its
Nice.
sharp mandibles, and then she rights herself
was
and strikes it straight down into the top of the creature's head.
She literally killed that whole one by over there by itself, by herself.
Yeah, she's a badass. And then for her third action, she is going to move up here to help Dobrina out. Actually, better idea. Let's see, can she move here instead? Yeah, she's gonna do that. Here, so she'll be beside the tree. Alright, that is her turn. You rock.
Hey, look, another tree replaces that tree.
Troop. You just refresh the tree.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use a melee blast and throw a javelin.
Okay.
At
That would be
this
ranged.
man.
I think.
Well, I'm saying melee because it uses my strength modifier with it.
Okay.
I don't know why this went off. It's a free action. No, not that. No, not you. You.
Jesus Christ.
And whoop. Roll.
Okay, 21 is a hit.
And then we damage. 2 action. Use strength modifier. Let's go.
All right, 6 points of piercing damage. And I
Alright,
think
that's
you
better.
take the... Does that trigger the thingy? The bonus precision damage that Maakiwa put on it? So long ago.
Yes. Yeah, I
The
think so.
glimpse weakness. Yeah, so you get an additional 3 damage to it.
Oh, okay.
And the spell ends.
Good.
Alright. It's now the easternmost Ankrov's turn. It's gonna move up. Got 2
God.
juicy targets in front of it.
Bigger. It's bigger.
It got closer!
I don't know why it's
I
got
don't
this
like it.
fucking Lord of the Rings effect on it, but
It
I
makes
think
it
that's
spookier. It's
to
fun.
show whose turn it is. It is going to bite at Heen with its mandibles. Rolls a natural 1, just misses altogether, and then it's going to turn and do another mandibles attack against Sayuri.
I do
Tasty
like
gnome.
strike against this one.
Don't do that. I'm small. I'm just a snack. I'm
Well,
not
it rolled
worth
a
it.
13 to hit, so it misses.
Good.
It's having trouble getting around this tree.
Good treat.
Oh.
It is now Jeanette's turn. She is unconscious and dying. She's going to make a recovery check. And she rolls a natural 19, so she is no longer dying. She is unconscious at a 1 hit point. Okay, that is her turn. Next up, it is
Sorry.
the Northern Ankrov's turn. It's going to start with a bite against Obrinia. That is a 21 to hit. It's a miss. And then it
Man's
is
a
going
fucking
to redirect to Heen.
Unit.
Ooh, natural 17 for a 25. That'll hit.
You just strike since I didn't use it last turn.
12
Use a
points of
miss.
damage, which gets absorbed by the tree. So the tree is at 8 hit points.
And then,
And then
wait.
third action.
Does he still get to retribution strike?
Yeah, since it's stroke and ally.
I think so, yeah. I think all it has
Okay.
to do is an enemy an enemy damages your ally.
Oh,
She
okay,
was
so
not
she has to take
damaged.
damage. How much damage
Yeah.
did it
Okay.
Uh, 12 to the
12?
tree.
Okay.
And for its third action, it's just gonna bite again, helplessly at Heen. Well, that was a natural 18 for a 21, which hits.
Oh, my tree.
Okay, well, it rolled 2 ones,
dead.
so 6 damage to the tree.
Yay, my
The
tree
tree's
lives.
still up.
Yay!
Fuck yeah.
Alright, Maakiwa,
Tree's
it is your
never going
turn.
down.
All right. So I am going to void warp. Sorry, I had too many things up.
That sounds like
Okay.
a way cooler spell than it actually is.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like a teleportation spell.
So I'm gonna cast void warp on this guy. Can I target him and then cast it
Yes,
like a pro?
like a pro gamer.
Alright. The save DC is 18. It's a basic fortitude save.
Okay. It succeeds.
Okay, well, I
Take
think it
half
still
damage.
does. Yeah. So let me.
We'll take half of 2d4, so
I
not
think
a
it's
ton,
3d4.
but not
It
nothing.
says 3d4 plus 1.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I'm just looking at the description
Courageous
you put in
Anthem.
chat. Courageous Anthem probably gives you some.
That's the plus 1.
Yeah.
I don't know what adds the extra d4.
I think that's just because it's heightened. I may be looking at the
Heightened
base
one.
damage.
Yeah, it's heightened plus 1, so
Yeah.
that's definitely it.
Okay. So 6 half to 3. Still not that much, but it's not nothing. You could have done 0 damage.
And then I cast Guidance on... That's Rask. I cast Guidance on Debrinia.
Okay.
And then I hopefully don't die.
Okay. So Dobrinia, you have guidance on you, which means during your next turn you can accept a +1 bonus to a single d20 roll of your choice. Before you roll it, though, you can't choose it after you roll. All right, so
Yeah.
it is Rask's turn. Makua, you take 3 points of acid damage, and you do not recover.
Ooh.
My gosh, you're like 1 health.
Yes, I'm.
He
I
is
am at
exactly
1
1 health.
Okay, so it is now Rask's turn. She is going to... Let's see... How far away is she from the bugs? 20 feet? Okay, so she is going to do an action called Tangle Prey. She draws out a bola from her stuff. She whirls it around and throws it at the Ankrov to the east. So she's gonna make a strike with the bola. Ebola.
A bola?
A bola is it's like 2 weights on the end of a chain that wraps around someone's legs. Unfortunately, she misses.
Ebola is a disease. Ebola is a weapon.
Yeah. So she doesn't want to get any closer, so she's just gonna stay where she is for now.
I really wish she had
She
a
says,
bow.
that would have been really cool if I hit! Alright, Abby, it is Trizzalin's turn.
Okay, first, continue my song.
Okay?
I just every round I choose a new song to sing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
You sing
When I
6
finish-
seconds of every song on your playlist.
No, but eventually when she finishes a song, she goes to the next part and she's just like I just want to let you know that right now she is singing
What?
right now she's singing when you walk away you won't leave me.
Kingdom Hearts?
This
Yeah.
is the Kingdom of Hearts theme song.
I like to think that like she just knows all these songs and everyone's just like, where is she getting these songs from?
Okay, so Courageous Anthem, you got 2 actions remaining.
I know, I was just like having fun with that. Now I'm going to do the laughing fit because
Okay.
I can actually reach people.
Or like a laughing shit.
No, Sarah, that was
No.
bad.
No, not really. Okay, which one are you choosing?
Probably this one.
This one?
Okay.
That
Who
one?
needs to make a will save?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Will. Hold on, let me open it back up.
How willful could a bug be?
Okay, it gets a 14, which I'm confident is a failure.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Okay, so...
It's not a critical failure, though.
No, it is not a crit fail. So can you go and put the spell in chat for me, please?
Yes.
Thank you. So it is slowed 1. As long as you sustain the spell. So you cast the spell and it just starts going making this awful like hissing skittering sound.
That's nice.
So it is slowed 1, which means on its turn it gets 1 fewer action.
Does this mean that we just found out that it is definitely affected by mental
effects?
stuff?
Yes, and in fact you found that out when you learned that it had no immunities.
It had no, yeah.
Okay, good action, good turn. So Brina, it
It
is your
kind of
turn.
stinks that it doesn't do anything
Oh.
physically.
Really excited to do the exact same thing I did last time.
Hit him and then hide behind your
See
sword.
if I can actually.
Or your shield.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I actually
shit.
do hit this.
That's a critical hit.
Goddamn.
Hell yeah.
Roll that crit damage,
Crit.
boy. Play that funky damage straight, boy. Alright, 18 points of slashing damage. You give it a big ol' cut in its chitinous exoskeleton. It is still standing, but it looks very hurt by that attack.
Well, guess what I'm gonna do this round.
Hide behind your shield.
Exactly.
Like a true
I think that's
paladin.
everything I can do.
Raise shield and then take cover.
All I can do. Let me check. Yes, this is all I can do.
Okay. Well, I can remove the dead Ankrov from the turn order. Sayuri, it is your turn.
I just disconnected for a second and came back. Jeez. Okay. So, did I miss anyone getting super damaged? That one's near death. But it's probably too far. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
see.
Some of your
I also
allies are
gave-
hurting pretty badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
mean-
super helpful for healing them, really, until after...
Honest, trying to kill them before Mawika gets a turn is probably the best idea.
This one's for my feet.
Could be true.
So I do what before your turn?
Kill it.
Oh, he's saying if you
Kill it,
if
yeah.
you kill the enemies before Maakua's turn, it'll buy some time to help get the acid off of him.
Can I wash off one of my allies?
The problem is he's
He's
like
on a
10
rock.
feet up on a rock, being like
And I
Lion
don't think
King
I
up
can,
there.
like...
A spider.
Yeah, and I don't think I can control my thing very well.
No,
My walking culture.
Not
I think
during
it just
battle.
He follows me around in 30 feet. Okay, so my walking cauldron, though, like, I don't have to go find it. If I'm gonna use it, I can just use it. Like, it's next to me.
We'll say it's in your tent. Whichever one of
Okay,
these tents is yours.
I'm right in front of my tent, so I haven't moved.
You could spend an action to step into your tent and an interact action to just dump the water over your head.
think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Because
I
the
would
soothing
say,
tonic doesn't stop the acid, it just heals me.
well, I think any amount of magical healing usually ends persistent damage.
It says you gain fast healing 1 for 1 minute.
Yeah, so that wouldn't technically heal you, I don't think. In terms of like removing the damage, you'd have to like get a heal spell or something.
But would it remove the acid?
That's what I mean, to like actually
yeah.
remove the persistent damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna wash myself off with my water then. I'm gonna spend 2 of my actions, climb into my tent. Do I have to spend another action to get out of my tent again?
Yes.
So that's all 3 of my actions taking off the acid. You know what? I think that's gonna be useful since I don't really have good weapons. Damn it. I either do that or I just throw more bombs at them. Which hasn't really helped
It's up to you.
too much. I can only throw one bomb, though, with my 3 actions.
Yeah.
Because I'm using a versatile vial to pull it out. Damn. How much health do I have? No, I'm gonna wash myself off. Yeah, I'm stepping into my tent, washing off the acid, and just climbing back out.
Okay.
So no more water in my cauldron, and then I don't have the persistent damage anymore.
Okay. That is your turn.
Yep.
Fortunately, no acid damage. It is now Keen's turn. She is going to try to stab the Ankrov in front of her. She swings her pick. Natural 1. Swings again. Natural 4. And then swings desperately for a 3rd time. Natural 5. She's not having a good turn.
Damn.
Doing it.
Duroc, it's your turn.
Trying to remember if they actually hit my tree. I don't think they did.
It did. It brought it down to 2 hit points, I think.
New tree.
Yeah, refresh the tree. You're just growing a little copse here in the middle of the campsite.
Battlefield.
Like the tree like splits and one comes out, and then another tree splits and another comes out. So it's just like all
Yeah.
these trees and trees and trees.
They're like Robin Hood arrows. Like,
yeah, coming out of the ground like the.
All right. I throw another javelin.
Natural 20.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay.
Someone's got to carry the team.
All right, roll your crit damage.
We're all doing our part.
That's pretty good. That's 20 points of piercing damage, or bludgeoning damage, I'm sorry. Which one are you attacking?
Okay.
The one to the north?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you squish it like a bug.
Heck yeah.
And it is dead.
Aw.
So is this the one that's laughing that's left, or they're all left? They were all
Yeah,
laughing.
the one that is laughing is now left.
Of course.
And it is now its turn. It is slowed, so it only gets 2 actions.
Yay!
It looks around, sees that its allies have been brutally murdered, and it begins to run away.
No, we're on a hunt.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I think it's moving slightly faster than us.
It's the one I algae bombed.
Me to you.
It
Mr.
spends all of
20
its
feet.
actions just scuttling away into the night.
As it's laughing.
And
Ooh.
yeah, it is laughing.
got a
Eventually
whole
it gets out
20.
of the range of your spell, and you don't hear it making that awful noise anymore. And the encounter
that was
is
awful.
over.
Fun.
Terrifying. You're
Okay,
running
the
into
encounter's
the
over. I can heal people now?
Yes.
And I can too.
Okay,
Alright,
so
can I heal everyone with my natural medicine, or just one?
you do one person at a time.
Okay, everyone who needs healing, let me know. Come on
We're
up.
gonna
I'll give
hand
you
wave
some
the healing because you're gonna be resting. So,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
and I think Duroc also has some unlimited
Hand
out of
waving
combat
stuff.
healing. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
heck yeah. So we're just
Oh,
healed.
damn. I got a hero point for today's session. I didn't even end up using it. But you know, it's not about using the hero points. It's about knowing that you earned one.
It's about the friends that we find on the way.
so
It's just the smug satisfaction of waving it over other people's heads.
you help.
Did you get my message? About your weapon?
Oh, it should be doing 1d4, 1d10.
Yes. I looked at your roll just then.
Oh.
Because of the
Fine.
Defaic
Yeah, I did.
weapon. Yeah. You're using your goddess's weapon.
Okay, so you
Alright.
guys take some
That'd be
time
good.
to heal everyone up, including the other hunters who are very grateful for your assistance. Janeth is brought back to consciousness, and he thanks you all, and Heen is very impressed by your ability in a fight, and your, healing prowess. So the rest of the night passes with no issues, and we will pick up next time for the third day of the hunt.
But can we eat the corpses?
It's a good
At
question.
your
Did you
own
want
risk.
to?
I kind of want to eat one.
Okay, I say that, but I am a lizard.
I come from a hold that is all about hunting and eating.
Using
Listen,
every part of the animal.
In the far,
Yeah.
My
What if the
character
flesh
walks
is
up
the
in
to
the far
it.
north, there's no food.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my character goes up to it, gives it a good sniff, and goes, I may be a lizard, but I feel like the poison's not worth trying to eat these.
It's not poison, it's acid.
What if we put it over the fire?
Acid. I think that's
you could
worse.
neutralize
Well-
the acid with a strong enough
Yeah,
base.
you just keep
Oh
on
yeah, because we just got
pushing the
bleach
acid
sitting
away.
out.
Yeah, you would need some
Eating
bleach
bleach?
to fucking neutralize the...
And then, do you really want to eat it at that point?
Wait.
It's no, you
Does
don't.
that make mustard gas?
Although, is this
No,
weird
Tyler.
and crazy?
Dang.
Can I take pieces of them off and put them in my cauldron?
Yes, probably.
Here you have 2 bulk of ingredients for potions or other liquids. It says ingredients or other liquids.
I think it's more
I'm
of a
scared
flavor
what kind
thing.
of what you're gonna
Yeah.
try to make with that.
Yeah.
Well, you could
I don't know, just seems
Maybe-
useful to take.
maybe learn a recipe for like some acid bombs. Acid flasks.
Yeah, I'm assuming my what's it called? I can
Your versatile vials?
assess things. They're not alchemical items. That's like a completed alchemical item that I can assess, right?
I have no idea.
It says you can identify alchemical items quickly when using the crafting skill to identify
Alchemical items are like
item.
elixirs and bombs and...
That's yeah, not like
stuff like that.
ingredients for
Yeah,
one.
no, not like acid from
Okay.
a bug.
Okay. So I'm still gonna pick them up. I'm gonna pick up 2 bulk of them and put them in my cauldron because it's
Okay.
empty and why not?
Some bug acid, some bug juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from that, you'll all be healed up to full with probably the... I don't know about Maakiwa. I don't know if you have spells to heal yourself.
Oh, I
Okay, yeah, I was gonna talk to you when we got off about how crafting would work.
Okay. You would have
But
to
yeah.
spend downtime to craft stuff.
Yeah. True.
But
Yeah.
you would have time if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I might. I don't know if I have the gold to craft any of my healing items, so I might just be kind of
Yeah,
borked
the problem
for
is
now.
since you're not an alchemist, you can't craft them for free.
Yeah.
You, as an ally, tell me what you want to craft.
You could share if you know the formulas. You could share them with Sayuri.
I guess I could, because what I have is Oil of Unlife.
Like, people, let me tell you about my best friend.
Let me... Can I put that in the chat? No.
Can he just teach it to me, or do I have to identify it?
Well, it's a formula, so you could just share the formula.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to look up.
But if
I
you
have
just
it in
like
my formula book.
Yeah.
the identify alchemy would be more like if someone was like, "Hey, I have this random potion and I don't know how to make it.
That's
Can you figure it
You're
out?"
exactly right.
Okay.
That is exactly what that is.
Okay.
That is to identify unknown alchemical items. Say you find an elixir in a chest in a dungeon and you don't know what the hell it is, you could...
And I can identify.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to share the recipe with me, I can. I'm the maker of things.
Yeah, we can do that.
Can I make things and then give them to my friends, or do I have to
Yes.
carry
Yeah.
them and use them on them? Oh, I can.
Well, the quick alchemy that you use with your versatile vials, those have a limited duration. So
Yeah.
you would just create those and use them immediately, but the other stuff, like
I
the
like
stuff
daily
that
crafting
daily
ones with 6 I get
preparations,
every
you
time.
could make things
Yeah.
that last all day.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Okay, well, I think this is where we will stop for today. We will pick back up, I think, next week. We'll have to see, because it's a holiday next weekend.
That's true.
We don't
Yeah.
celebrate it, but
Me neither.
we'll see.
Are we
Okay.
talking about Easter
I
or
do.
420?
Yes.
Oh, well.
We celebrate
We
420.
we celebrate that.
Okay. Well, we'll see if you guys are non-high. If you guys are like not high enough to play.
I mean, that's never an issue, don't worry.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
because it just reminds me that one time Fern came on and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm just really high today.
okay,
Yeah,
so
take me every day, all the time. It's fine.
I want to go ahead and thank everyone who came out to watch our pilot episode here live. Means a lot to me.
Woo.
I want to thank my fellow performers here for coming along on this adventure and playing these silly games with me. I want to thank my subscribers on Twitch and my supporters on Patreon who make this all possible. And of course, anyone who's watching this in the future on YouTube or wherever this gets posted. And I want to thank not only God, but Jesus.
Hallelujah.
That's an old
Well,
reference.
we would like to thank
May our Lord
Sarah
and
as
Savior.
the game master, because we would not be doing any of this without you putting
He
it
is God.
together. So, your brain
True.
fueled all
She
of
is
this.
Thank you.
Sarah is the god, the game god.
All right.
God Master.
So we will see you all next time. Same bat channel. Bye, everyone.
Bye.